Well, damn it. I fucking Q45, what the shit? Excuse me. Damn it, what the hell? I didn't know Q45 was going live. Now I feel bad. I feel bad now. Oh, fuck this shit. Let's see if I can find him on here, because his channel's not easy to find. Yeah, Q45 is live. It's called Stream of Boredom. So, I mean, yeah, Stream of Boredom.
Hello, how are you? No, no way. That's horrible. That's horrible. 100%. I never like it. I'll put it right. It's slowly.
What the fuck? What a fucking dickhead. I can't believe Q45 leaves that fucking all in there. What the fuck? I can't believe he leaves that fucking alt in there. I totally would not let. I would not let that fucking alt of somebody like that. Like, I would not leave that in my chat. I would never. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Good to know I'm still rent free, motherfuckers. Stupid. Yeah, retract your comments.
You're not
Hi, fat whore. Is that Sarah? Come on. I don't like people LARPing as other people. Change the picture, please. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I know who you are. Right, bring batches. Yeah, come on, change the picture. I like Sarah. Yeah, but not with the name fat whore. How do you know for sure that that was Jim?
never had that problem.
How do you know for sure for sure?
All of a sudden, can't work but there's some crazy shit. 2035. Yeah, I don't care about that. They're also they're pushing to make any new housing developments not run on any
Jenny, so fuck, stop talking that way. Do you know how much flack I get for like having you in the chat and letting you fucking say the fucked up shit you do? Like I'm not like I fucking put up with it because like there's other parts of you and other sides of you that are totally awesome. But fuck around, man. You're psycho. I need to know though, are you like trolling a psycho or are you legit a psycho? I'm just asking, like honestly, are you like legit psychopathic or is it a troll? Well, no, I know you hate Jenny so much. Just wondering. Boring. The lines are very blurred. Are they blurred because you've been doing it for so long, or you yourself are trying to figure it out? I get that you're like a sociopath, right? Because I don't think you have any empathy. But then on the other hand, sometimes I feel like you do have empathy. So I'm still figuring it out myself. Hey, Mike, it's good. I started to go live because nobody went live, and then Q45 went live. As I was pushing go live, I was like, fuck, I bet you are. I bet you are. I just want everybody to know that the images and the names have nothing to do with me and my opinion of people. Does that make sense? Does that cover my ass? Like, is that okay? Hey, Titter Teddies. Carl's in fucking Q45's chat with the alt name Amber as a conniving crackhead. And so I just said, I bet Carl had to use spell check to spell conniving correctly. Fucker. I can't wait till fucking Q45. Like, people actually give a fuck about, LARPing as him. So that I'll leave the fucking fucked up fucking alt in the chat. Fucking Q45. Oh shit, I can't on the. Yes, it mod. Um, I don't know how to show them why I'm on here. It's on my phone. Um, trying to think how I could do it. Shit. I don't think I can do it with, I mean, fudge. I don't know how I can do it on here. I'm on here now. Frickin' A. Shit. I don't know. It does it to everybody. Shit. Okay, you know what? Here, just a second. I'm gonna hit it. Yeah. Tender Tendy. If I post a link, will you click it like you're gonna join? But then I'm going to just type something in the private chat. I won't add you, but I'm just gonna type something in the private chat for you to send the clips to again, if that's cool. If that's cool, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Mike. What's up? What's up? Oh, we're gonna talk about some dirty ass shit over there. Yeah. Yeah, no, maybe I'm gonna do it anyways. See if you're okay with that. By the way, actually, that reminds me of something that I want to clarify. So, like 3 different people asked me, why didn't I pop that zit, or why didn't I pop that pop head? I don't know who or what Tendies to is. Anyways, like, why didn't you pop that zit, or why didn't you pop that whitehead before you posted that video? This is not a whitehead or a zit. I don't know what it is. It's like a little, I don't know what it is. I've had it for many, many, many years. So just so people know, it's not a zit. And it's not a whitehead. So there's that. You know, frick. Tender Tendies, I got a favor to ask you. Before you send me the clip, no, they can't see you backstage. Backstage, nobody can see you. If I were to pull you up, it would be whatever name you type on the thing that your name would be. I just want you to join, like, but I'll keep you backstage. Like, I won't pull you up, so nobody will see anything, because there's nobody else. Even if there was somebody else trying to join at the same time as you, they wouldn't be able to see you. Only the host can see who's backstage. But I want to know, before you send me the clips, I don't know if you have an editing program. Hey, Crackerana. I think I already said hi to you. My bad. Anyways, before you send me the clips, if you have the editing program, can you blur out the face a little bit? Because that bitch will fucking try and strike me. And I don't want to be striked. And she will fucking do it. Because she's a dumb bitch. Just out of curiosity, if you could do that. Nothing. I'm going to show some clips of Controlla being a hypocrite again. Only if the face gets fucking blurred out. Because the bitch will fucking strike me. But basically, I did a live the other morning and I titled it Making Breakfast, like mom's supposed to do, or like moms do. Okay, that would be awesome because I don't know. And people tell me that YouTube has like a feature where you can do that, but I don't think it's on like on a mobile phone. Can you do that? So I can't figure it out. And but anywho, so I did a live and it was called Making Breakfast Like Moms Do, because I don't remember, but I was watching Controller and she was talking some shit about me. And so then, when I went live, then Sarge comes in the background and is like, "Oh, about time, woman, blah, 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 blah," right? So then she's trying to say, like, "Oh my God, you're not even fucking making breakfast for your fucking husband," blah, blah, blah. Either way. So while she was talking shit about me, she goes, "And I make breakfast for my daughter, like, I don't know how to do it though. I don't have the app, I don't have the program or anything for it. Like, I fucking suck. You've seen my recordings, like shit." But she's like, "I make breakfast for my daughter, warm meals for my daughter. She goes, most days." She says, "Most days." Well, it's funny because I know I've seen a clip of her asking Gary to do it. I've seen a clip of her like talking about making like freezer burnt waffles or some shit like that. I don't remember exactly that. But then I got a clip from this morning of her talking about how she can't make frozen bacon and was trying to like get her daughter to be okay with her ordering her some food, which whatever, man. If you can afford it, fine. But I don't know how the fuck they can afford that. I do, Kakadana. Have you not noticed this yet? Like, what's up? Especially somebody like that is so fucking like. I mean, I would get it if somebody like hot and like had some like importance, like that mattered. Like, okay, fine. Bitch is right. She's fucking better than me. I'm not gonna argue that. And who the fuck freezes bacon? Like, what the fuck? And you can cook frozen bacon. I don't get that. I don't get that either. Yeah. So I care, Krakadonna. Okay. I'm getting a little bit better at it, at not caring, but it's a slow process. Okay. Like, it takes time to not give a fuck. No, I know it's not. I know 100% it's not. Um, oh, fuck yeah. Physically, mentally, emotionally. No, yeah, no, of course it's not. Healthy though, but it's a matter of like when my character gets attacked is what I can't stand. And but I'm slowly getting to that point of not giving a fuck. Yeah, just saying. Got bit by a mosquito. I don't know how somebody can eat bacon like that all that much, like that often. But anyways, I am well, and she said that yesterday I did a 6-hour live and I was talking about for her the whole live, all 6 hours. I was on camera. I know, Crackadonna, I fucking know. I was on camera for maybe 45 minutes. And I was on Streamlabs, and Streamlabs sucks. And for some reason, I don't know why I have this problem half the time with maybe, I don't feel like I feel like that's like a conundrum. I could be wrong anyways. It didn't end my street, like my live on YouTube's end. So for however long, 5 hours, it was just buffering. And I didn't know this. But it's like, what the fuck? Anyways, yeah. So I was just gonna show the clips of her fucking contradicting herself. but I don't want to get striked, so I want to wait till they are blurred out. I feel like, did you just make up that term, Simon? Vulnerable narcissism? See, I don't feel like I'm narcissist because I actually do give a fuck about people's feelings. Like, I mean, naturally, a person is still gonna worry about themselves. It's self-preservation. I don't see it as narcissism. I actually do give a fuck about people's feelings. This community has made me, like a little more not so empathetic, but it's still overall, I actually do give a shit about people's feelings. I really, really do. Almost to the point of it being detrimental. I think I'm the least narcissist out of this whole fucking group of people. Because I don't like tearing people down. I don't like insulting people. I don't like attacking people. Like, I would much rather get along with people and laugh and have fun. But I there's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to tolerate. Like, I'm sick of fucking hearing that word deflecting, because I do take accountability all the fucking time. So I don't see it as deflecting. It is true, actually. It's 100% true. If I'm in the wrong and have done something wrong, I do take accountability. Now, if people didn't spin and twist, like what actually happened, like in a situation, you probably would see me take accountability more often. But because people spin the truth, or what do you want to, what's the word I'm looking for? When people omit information, then that means it's no longer correct, and I'm not going to take accountability for something that's not correct. Actually, that's so funny you say that. How many times though have you seen me go into a chat where someone hasn't instantly attacked me and I have just retaliated? There's been many times where I've gone into a chat and just been just fine talking and laughing. Yes, I actually am. And I was having this conversation with somebody earlier, and it's how you guys seem to ignore the times where am just chill. But you seem to only remember the times where I'm attacked as soon as I enter a chat. And of course I'm gonna fucking respond and retaliate. Like, I'm not, like, what do you expect? But there's many times where I've been in the chat and been just fine laughing and talking. So actually there are times where I'm chill. No, okay, no, that's different though. I'm not, but that's different. That's not what you were just saying. Of course, there probably isn't a time where I've ignored what chat has said. Just the other day, Crackadonna, actually, I was laughing and joking around until BG joined. Then I got upset and started arguing with him, and then you said I wasn't chill. So actually, yeah, you've actually been there when it happened. Anyway, so me not ignoring somebody coming at me is different than me not ever being chill. Like, I can be chill if people let me, if people just leave me the fuck alone. And that's what I love, is like, why am I the bad guy? Why isn't someone saying to that person to shut the fuck up and leave me alone? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I the one who has to be held accountable for the situation when I'm not the one who started it? That's what mind blows me. Like, I literally don't fucking get it. Like, I don't get it. I'm sure I am. I'm extremely easy to get a reaction out of. I am fucking hella easily triggered. But that doesn't mean I'm the bad guy. I'm reacting to something or someone saying something probably not so good. So I can with some stuff, Crackadonna, but there's some stuff that I'm not gonna fucking just let it roll off my back. No fucking way. Especially when you talk, like, if it's about my fucking kid, like, hell no, I'm not gonna let it roll off my fucking back. I'm gonna fucking verbally fucking stab you. Like, I don't fucking think so. No. To me, the internet is not a place for me to go be fake and degenerate. Like, I am the same way in person as I am online. So I can't comprehend somebody being so fucking scummy just because they're online. Well, that means they're a fucking shitty human being. Like, I don't know why, Krakatana. I don't know why. I think maybe I mean, pretty much, as long as it, yeah, yes, that would be okay. That would work. I think Krakatana, because you have been a part of this community or orbiting it or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think you have been in this community way longer to where you've been able to reach that level. Like, I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe you've always been that way from the beginning and could just handle it and not give a fuck. But I can't. Like, I'm getting better. Like, there's, even NorCal will tell you that there's times where he's like, oh wow, because it just depends on the level of what someone's like, what it's about or what someone's saying. Like, there are times where I can fucking just ignore it. Like, but there's some stuff where I can't. Yeah. So I don't like going in and having the chat all about me, except for on the owls. The owls, I don't care. Like, I'm okay with that. But I do want to just go into the chat and just laugh and joke around and have a good fucking time. That's what I like to do, that no matter what, no matter where I'm at, no matter online or offline. Like, hi Beta. Well, good for you. You'd be in love with Controller. I'm not gonna shame you for that. Do I know what this really is? What does that mean? Krakadonna? Apparently I don't, because I don't know what you mean. Not even subconsciously. Consciously, I like the attention. I've said that a million times. I like the attention. But it doesn't mean that I like it being negative. That makes sense. You're funny, Mike. Right now it's a chillax chat, but in some instances it's not. Do I want another baby? Fuck no, I do not want another baby. Fuck no, I do not want another baby. Not unless you are fucking rich as fuck. Then we'll talk. Which came first, Simp Mod? The chicken or the egg? My negative behavior is stemming from being fucking attacked all the fucking time. So which one came first? What do you mean, Krakadonna? What the fuck does that mean? You're freaking me out. You better be fucking talking something else. Something else, motherfucker. I did see that, Beta, and I wasn't sure if you want me to say it out loud, but I did say thank you. Exactly, the asshole comes first. Hey, Jim John. And that's my point. Like, why do I have to be like, why can't these other people be held accountable? Why can't BG be held accountable, Simod? All the time I fucking do cooking, or I go to fucking McDonald's, or or not McDonald's, I go to fucking Walmart. I do stuff all the fucking time that's not dragging people. All the fucking time. There is no curtain though, Crackadonna, because what you see is what you get. This is me. And I won't tolerate certain fucking shit. I don't understand. I don't understand what that's so hard to get. I'm not going to bend over and take shit up the ass. So I know, Beatus, thank you. I mentioned something about it too, and he purposely ignored it. Thank you, Mike. I mean, I don't do arts and crafts because I'm not hella creative like that, but he's the reason why I fucking act the way I do half the fucking time. And I'm the only one that gets called out. He gets like fucking protected, but I'm the one that gets called out. So because he's irrelevant, he can fucking joke about my fucking friend dying and shit like that. Like, I don't understand why other people can't be held accountable for what they say to me. Hey, Sunshine. Oh, well, yeah, Crackadonna. No, you're right. I mean, that's kind of like consider the source, right? And I'm learning that. I really am like slowly but surely like picking up on these things. Like the more degenerate you are, the more you're put on a pedestal. I'll look, Sunshine. I guess that's subjective, Janelle, because he said some fucking horrible shit to me. Like, I mean, when you tell someone they should have had a fucking abortion, or that my kids are better off without me, or fucking joking about my friend dying in fucking hospice, like, no, that's some fucked up shit. Okay, Sunshine, thank you. Yeah, hella exalted. Right, Peter, thank you. Thank you. I mean, like, I've, like, lately I'm, like, going crazy, because it's, like, I only hear about what I do wrong. I don't, like, even fucking the LD thing, like, I'm the one who's been fucking saying that for months, but nobody listened to me. And I finally asked Aldi to press LD about it, and he did, and look what fucking happened. Yeah, so I thank you, Sunshine. I understand. Delusional, by the way. Yeah, I made up every fucking thing you said about me. You're right. I'm delusional. Yeah, none of it's true. It's all a figment of my imagination. You're right. Yep, delusional. Exactly. I can't while I'm on the phone. Tender Tandies. That's why I wanted you to join backstage so I could actually give you a different email to send the clips to, if you could. No one will see you backstage, but you'll better see the private chat still. Well, thank you, Mike. I get that simp mod, but when he makes up these lies and then these other streamers fucking make videos about it or go along with it or still fucking throw it in my face, he's not necessarily irrelevant. Like, people obviously listen to what he says because of his, standing in the community. Yeah, Janelle, I don't know about that, because I think that Simp Mod doesn't necessarily look at both fucking sides. Thank you, Vita. I don't get that. I always do, Mike. Yeah, Jim John Haywire, I believe that. You are sick of hearing about it. He doesn't stop. You don't. Okay, this is what pisses me off. I ignored him. I blocked him every fucking possible way I could. Every possible way I could for months. And then come to find out, so then after, like, it got worse. It didn't go away. It got worse. That's when he fucking started making up the shit about the puppy and fucking talking about how I lost my kid to the state over meth. Like, it got worse. I ignored the fuck out of him. No, no, for months I ignored him. Months. And even if I was in a fucking chat or a stream, I would fucking leave. And everyone would be like, oh, you're fucking rage. No, I was trying to fucking avoid him. So I did for months ignore him. And it got worse. I've been slowly doing that, yeah. Like, I unsubbed from Good Times, I unsubbed from Controlla, I unsubbed from D-Highs, I unsubbed from who else? LD. Who else did I unsub from? I unsubbed from quite a few people. Yeah, Bastis, I saw your comments in 245's chat, so good luck. Okay, I'm gonna type in. Okay, and nobody has that info, tender tendies. So yeah, exactly. And I'm not listening, Bastis, but I'm watching. Oh, he said something about listening to me, and then was like, I'm gonna go F with Amber. So I knew he was coming over to mess with me. That's cool, Simon. Oh yeah, I unsubbed from Chicken Cakes too. Because I really don't want. I'm just fucking over it. I'm just fucking over it. Literally, that shit just groups together and protects each other, like, no matter what. I don't think I can remove it in private chat. Yeah, I don't think you can. You can't remove it in private chat. But no one can see if someone were to join. Right now, they wouldn't be able to see the comments that happened before they join. They don't be able to see the comments after they join. What do you mean? I thought you fucking blocked him or unsubbed from him or something like that. Yes, I'm sure, tender tendies. Or are you talking about the other one? Good thing, Stomper. How the hell are you able to post a link, Stomper? Did I mod that account? Are you modded? No, I'm not gonna show jugs right now. Come here, mister. Come here, mister. Come here, mister. Mr. Garrett, look at you. Yeah, Jesus, so handsome. Look at his eyes. Shit, oh God, ow. Did you just relax, dog? Ow! Oh, okay. Not everyone has a wrench. Yeah. Ow! Um, I was thinking the hubby, actually, unless there's another one. another one. Okay, thank you. Maybe 10% is. Yeah, no, that would be cool. Janelle. Well, that sucks that you can't. Thank you, tender tendies. I'm gonna play it here in a few just because I'm trying to prove that I can just chill. No, not 5 hubbies, but we won't go there. We won't go there. Why are you moving to New York? There must be a lot that's obviously that some of us don't know about, or maybe just me I don't know about, but why are you moving to New York? Oh my God. I've never done heroin, nor would I fucking do it on stream if I did it. The fuck kind of question is that, motherfucker? The fuck? The fuck? I want to know who this someone else is. For content. Doing heroin online is not content. I don't know what fucking kind of fucking slab city you're from, but there's nothing wrong with e-dating. I got them tender tendies. I'm just showing chat that I can chill, so I'm gonna show them a little bit. Heroin is not content. Yeah, I love food. Mmm. Mmm. A lot of people e-date. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Fuck you, cracking on them. Janelle, you're fucking with me, right? There is no ip2dating.com, right? Please tell me there's not. Yeah, Janelle is not a virgin. Am I friends with Little Diddler? No. It's funny. I just got why it's Little Diddler. Though that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Wait, what do you mean? Like the person you met is from LD's podcast? Mm. I know who it is. I know who it is. With a K. Don't be a pussy. Everybody fucking knew. I don't remember Carl's chat, but Carl and um are we lying? Are we wrong? Dee Dee Diddlerton. So um I don't know who you're talking about, Nipsey. Anyways, I just want to point out, Nipsey, I'm the one who's been fucking saying that for months, though, about him and having that mind on the podcast. But nobody listened to me. And now everyone else is getting credit for it. I was right. I was right about fucking John. I was right about fucking LD. And I'm right about fucking BG. Like, I was right. Oh, yeah. Well, just because I mean, honestly, I never really saw the flirting. But I kept seeing people talking about it. And I'm like, what? Why? This is some weird shit. Because I never would have, like, I thought it was, like, the other one. But, well, wait a minute. Okay, so was it, was it, is that the one that is forbidding you from going on my podcast? Or is it the other one? I know, Krakadana. I know. I mean, I know. And, um, I'm slowly pulling away. That's why, like, that's why I unsubbed from the channels that I have the most problems with. And yes, I'm right there with Mike on that one. Anyway, so that's why I unsubbed from those channels and even controllers. Um, and next is going to be the owls. No, I will. You'd be surprised. I'm actually pretty good at disconnecting when I finally get to the point of wanting to. Like I can straight just disconnect. It's weird. It's weird, actually. I appreciate Krakadana looking out. Um, And I know that he disappeared for a little while, which was probably smart. And so yeah, like I'm slowly but surely doing it. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I really am, at least, mentally. So I know that I am. So, um, yeah, it'll get there. Right, Beta? Yeah, so I appreciate Crackerana, staying and looking out and stuff, because Crackerana knows, I mean, well, the majority of people know that I am very, very lucky to have, like, a family and somebody I love and somebody loves me. And like, obviously, I don't even, like, when I'm not online on a stream or in the chat, I really don't fucking think about like all these issues, like all this shit. I do mentally, I'm there. I'm enjoying everything, and even sometimes I am still doing stuff while I'm online or in a chat or whatever. Um, I know that's true. Tinder attendees that's probably 100% true. Stomberg, I'm sure you're loved. You just don't realize it. But I'm just gonna. I just need to not let it get to me so much, and I'm getting there. I don't believe you, Stomper. I don't believe you. And because I just don't see you ever letting your vulnerable side show. So that's why I don't believe that. Because you won't ever show weakness, and that's a form of weakness. So am I wrong or am I right? I think I'm right. Pretty fucking good with that psychological shit. All right, Bina, thank you. I mean, I appreciate that. I don't want to make people jealous. It's not what I'm trying to do. I just want to not, I don't know. I mean, obviously know where you go. Are you going to be like a person? Are they going to be 100% accepted? But I really feel like I do get the short end of the stick, because some of these people are like, oh, I hear them get told, oh, I have respect for you. You always tell the truth and you stand up for yourself, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's like, that doesn't make any sense to me, because I stand up for myself and I tell the truth. So why do I get shit on for doing it? Down. Stop. Down. It's like, so why do I get shit on for doing it? Like, I don't understand. And then, I'm just drama because I tell the truth. Like, why? I don't fucking get it. And then there's these people like Audi and fucking Q45 and BG that sit there and press people and fucking, jump on people and attack people, but they're just out there doing God's work, right? Like, what the fuck? I just don't get it. And I don't think I ever will get it. Like, I don't think I will ever get it. Down. No. Yeah, but that doesn't. So what? People were guessing you. Oh. So what if I'm easy to mess with? That shouldn't negate like the fact that I'm still honest. Like I'm a fence rider just because like I don't pick and choose fucking sides, and like I get to know people for who they are, and like I don't this it just doesn't make any sense to me. Is it because I have tits? Is that why? Yeah, but what's wrong with that? What's wrong with being expressive? Isn't that the same thing everybody else does? That's what I don't understand. The fuck was that? I actually like quite a few things go. Actually, like quite a few things go. I would like you all to actually start paying closer attention. Start paying closer attention. There's lots of stuff that I let go by. There's lots of stuff that I ignore, which is why people start attacking me about the same thing over and over again, because they learn that there are certain stuff that triggers me. But pay more attention. You'll see actually there's a lot of stuff that I let slide. I'm a moral fag. What do you want me to say? I don't need a therapist. I know I don't. The thing, maybe a psychiatrist, but I don't need a therapist. I can give you the same advice that a therapist would give you. Because all it is right from wrong, or what you think you need to, like, there's no, I don't need a therapist, because I could tell myself and you the same thing the therapist would say. That's interesting. Because I'm extremely fun and lighthearted. But let me know when you're judging this. Let me know when you're not judging that little, conclusion you came to. Let me know when you're not basing that on these chats and shit where people attack me first. Let me know when you start paying attention to other conversations, other chats where someone isn't attacking me. Just let me know. Well, I'm not a fucking robot. I'm not fucking Spock. I'm a human being that has emotions and feelings, so that, that happens sometimes. I'm not, a sociopath, so when I'm doing drama or when I'm standing up for myself. I'm confused as to the difference. No one's attacking me right now, Crackdonna. But I still am having to be in defense of myself. I still have to explain myself. I still have to defend myself. Why would I need veneers? Why do I need veneers? What's wrong with my teeth? What's wrong with my teeth? Yeah, drama equals standing up for myself. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Right, that's what I'm saying, tender tendies. Thank you. Like, I'm just like literally mind boggled. Like, it's just crazy to me. I mean, if that's the reason why, I know. A Stomper, and to a certain extent, I almost regret not having mocked him. However, I am not that kind of a person, and I do not like being that way. I thought he was dying on my fucking stream, and I thought I'm like literally like the only one that can fucking help him right now. And he still tells people right now that I was trying to dox him and shit like that. But if that's the reason why people see me as weak, then they can go suck a fucking dick. Yeah, I could never do that. I feel like just like morally and like, in my own conscience and karma. I don't know. I would not have been able to make fun of him. Yes, LD's homeless. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I've seen a couple alts with the face, and like, I laughed because Ski Mask's dono alert for a little while was that phase. Um, so I've laughed about that, but in the moment, there was nothing funny about it to me. He was turning fucking purple. You know what I mean? Like, I thought he was fucking dying. And anyone who knows anything knows when you're turning purple, that's lack of fucking oxygen to your brain. So yeah, I don't think he was breathing at that time. But that's crazy. That me constantly standing up for myself and fucking, putting people in their fucking places yeah, I don't understand how someone can be perceived weak doing that. I don't get it. Right, Randy? I don't understand that actually. I've LD or BG said the same thing to me, and I've seen it in a comment before. What does that mean about LD packs or like so and so packs? Because like, I don't understand. I don't get that. I do not get that. But what is it? But what does it mean though? Like, what is it implying? Like, I think the scream was him um, going like, "Oh fuck," as he was going into the seizures. So it like stretched out into that scream, But I could be wrong. He could make that noise every time he has a seizure. I don't know. I will never make fun of that stomper. I know, and in some instances, there's something that somebody does to me that I absolutely 100% could or would not gonna do to them. I couldn't. But I think it's more so out of respect for the other party versus him or them specifically. But I do attack from a position of strength. It's just nobody sees it. Like me fucking calling out LD for having a minor on his podcast for months. I said it for months. If you go back on my video fucking uploads, you'll see where I fucking even posted the fucking clip of the video about it like 2 months ago. But everyone fucking just, it's like, what? And if you really, really think about it, think about specifics. What have I done? What have I lied about to make me lose credibility? Like, what have I done actually besides the shit that people just fucking make up? Like, what have I done actually to not be taken seriously? Because I seem to say nothing but like the fucking facts. I admit if I'm wrong. I admit, like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Exactly, Nipsey, and I will never do that. Yeah, Stomper, I just couldn't do that. I could not do that. Excuse me. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Pretty much 100 attendees. What's that mean? What's ACS? Right, Vita. I mean, I agree. I mean, I agree that I appreciate that, but I think I'm in their mouths though for the wrong reason. I mean, I don't know. I guess, yeah. But I mean, I appreciate that. Like, I don't understand how a person though couldn't take this kind of stuff seriously. Like, he said some fucked up shit, and people are spreading those fucking lies, and people are believing it. Like, what kind of person can fucking do that? Like, scumbags. That's who. And yeah, tender tendies. I could never, especially, yeah. And the loss. I mean, I'm still like, I still haven't even fully grasped that I'll never be able to talk to her again. I'll never be able to call her again. Like, my best friend, like my friend passing away is probably the second hardest loss I've ever had in my life. My mom was the first. Um, I could never make, yeah. Yes, I am, Stomper. No, yes, I am. People need to realize, offline or online, there are real world fucking consequences. No, I mean, no. No, they're not harmless lies. They're not harmless lies at all. Um, the terms slander or defamation or libel wouldn't exist. They wouldn't exist if they weren't fucking actually of importance. Like, I didn't make up those fucking, like, yeah, they are damaging and they are detrimental. And people just assume that damages means just fucking monetarily wise. No, actually, people can get trauma, a lot of different fucking things from that shit. I know, Krakadana, I'm learning. I know, Stomper. But like I said, I'm just fucking human. Like, I know, Beta. I guess I'm just not patient enough for that, really. I'd like to think that's the case, but as I said, I'm just not important enough for that. Or I'm not patient enough for that. So yeah. Well, that's where I was. That's it. And yes, tender tendies. That's what I've said before, because that was my biggest problem, was that, like, he may not think that it's a serious thing, but yeah, these PETA groups fucking will go and attack and fucking hurt and do a lot of fucking damage to people if they think like anything like that. Like, hell, just people who wear fucking animal fur coats. You've seen them. They'll fucking show up and fucking dump fucking paint and shit all over them. Like, people, people don't think about the actual consequences that could possibly happen. And it's not like it's never happened. It's not like it's never happened at all. These things have happened. People have been hurt. People have been attacked. People have been, so many fucking things because of something that somebody said online. Yeah, because I love animals and I never did that. All right, Beta? Stomper. What if they don't know it's a joke? What if they really truly believe that I did it? Now, Stomper, did you see though how I reacted when Skelly said that? Like, I didn't. Well, it's not. That's not that fails in comparison to what I'm talking about. Those sit mod. Stomper. I think people have gone after people for far less. Yeah, I think people have gone after people for far less. Yeah. Am I saying it's going to happen? Most likely not. Am I saying that it will happen? No, probably not. Odds are no, it's not going to happen. But could it? Is it a possibility? Yes, it is. Like, for instance, my state's it's finally went through legislation and it got approved and whatnot, but they're still waiting for it to be amended and actually put into the statutes. But right, Vita. Anyways, well, so we've put in our own law, a specific law about doxing, and the reason why is because I think 3 or 4 years ago, a woman was online. I don't know what exactly happened, but she was doxxed. Because she was doxxed, her husband that she was in, her ex-husband that she was in hiding from, found out where she lived and went and murdered her because she was doxxed online. Um, so there are reasons why, some of this shit, it can actually be fucking fatal, I guess you could say. Like, these people don't think about this kind of shit. Like, you could be handing the fucking, you could literally be putting the bullet in somebody's fucking hand that has something out for somebody. Like, you don't know this. You don't know that this person here is fucking seething so hard about this person. And then all they want is to find out where that fucking person lives or shit like that so they can go fuck them up. But now you're doing it. You just gave them the fucking bullet they need to go fucking do it. He's not winning, actually. That's subjective because that's maybe your perception. But no, he's been no. But clearly, you don't pay attention or watch or know enough of the whole scenario to be able to say that correctly, Sitmod, because there's been 2 panels now that he's joined that I was on that he got fucking kicked off and blocked from because of how he acts. There's actually quite a bit of these fucking streamers and people that don't want him on their podcast because all he is drama and problems. So that's your perception, but you obviously don't know enough to have the correct perception. Because you tell me yourself you only watch a couple people and you don't really pay attention to all that. So it's kind of interesting that you think you could come to that conclusion when you don't watch very much. Fuck Black Apple. I wish we all could get along. Like, everybody love everybody. But yeah, I fucking destroyed him the other night on fucking Katie's panel. Destroyed him. So much so you could see it in his fucking face. You could see literally defeat in his face. Okay, Sitmon, so how can you even say anything about the public's fucking perception if you don't even watch hardly any of it? If you don't watch any at all, how can you say that? How can you come to an actual fucking remotely even true conclusion like that? I'm not like trying to be an asshole to you, but I feel bad actually talking to you like right now like this. But seriously, um, but as far as me and him are concerned, yes, yes, because his biggest thing is anonymity. You know why? Because he's such a fucking piece of scumbag shit. He doesn't want anybody to know anything about him because that's what he does. Okay, he doesn't want anybody to know anything about him, so they can't go at him and do anything or say anything. So he has that power. Well, not any fucking more. Because if he wants to hit me where it hurts, like literally making fun of my fucking friend that's in hospice, that did pass, by the way, mind you guys, on Monday. She passed the next fucking day. And that's the only thing that I have that can hurt him. So I hurt him. If he's gonna hurt me, I'm gonna fucking hurt him back. So as between me and him are concerned, yes, it was a W. Now, did it make me look like a fucking piece of shit? Probably. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, maybe don't be a fucking degenerate scumbag piece of shit on the internet while you're trying to fucking hide your anonymity, like be anonymous, because it's gonna fucking get figured out. Good. I'm good. I'm glad. I'm glad, Stepmom. Yes, that's a W. Don't fucking treat people like that if you want to fucking stay anonymous. Exactly, tender tendies. What's up, German lady? Yeah, and so do I feel bad? No. Now, am I just gonna go around and fucking dox everybody that no, that's not how it is. No, I'm not. I really am not okay with doxing. I think, especially if it's for the stupidest fucking reasons of like, oh, they said they fucking don't like me, so I'm gonna dox them. Like, no, fuck that shit. BJ's a fucking scumbag. That's a good question, Stomper. I don't want to necessarily say there's like a line. I think it was a buildup of everything, and what the actual line that he crossed was fucking joking about my friend dying um, in hospice, and then he doxed the hospice that she was in. He said the fucking city she was in, and I was like, what the fuck? I didn't say on my fucking stream what fucking city she was in. I said where I used to live. He's obsessed, and he remembers, one point he remembers when I said the city I used to live in. So then on that panel, he fucking doxed her city. Oh, but that's okay, right? And then the other night in someone else's chat, he's fucking posting people's fucking phone numbers to like escorts and shit. Isn't that doxing? Is that doxing? He did. He fucking did. No, I did not go. All my VODs are still up. I didn't say what fucking city she was. No, I didn't. I did not say it. All right, let me grab my headphones real quick, Alexandra. Just because it's loud for some reason on my fucking phone. Right? Oh yeah, no, it's fine. No one, it's fine. They won't show. Nobody would see him. It's fine. Hey Nick. Yeah, soulmate, but she knows that I still love the shit out of you. So She knows that. Because I don't lie about it and I'm not fake. Believe it or not, I still don't fucking ride fences. Like, I still fucking love the shit out of you. Damn it. No, we're not going to get into that because I know, tender tendencies, thank you. Yeah, no, like no way. There's not. I didn't mean whale. I wanted to get a kick. The bestest, are you literally me getting called a whale is like the least of my fucking worries. That's like the nicest thing people fucking troll me with, literally. Like 100%. You ain't gonna get a reaction out of me from that. What? Nah, Beta, mate, Beta, I don't think this is, I don't think Beta really knows the full lore between you know, as far as that goes. I is stalking Q45 then. I don't know who's stalking Q45. I don't get it. Yeah, Beta, no, there's a lot more to it than that, but that's nice of you. Oh, okay.
I'm in the dark. I'm sorry I'm in the dark. I don't have a light out here. I'm on my patio and everything.
I do not care about darker.
How you doing, She-Ra? You thought it was Wonder Woman. You're too young. That's what it is. You're too young to know about She-Ra, aren't you?
I just said like
Princess
Wonder Woman, maybe, but yeah. I guess I don't know who that is.
You're
I still
young.
fucking loved it. I still love it.
Well, that shows your audience and your followers how young you actually are.
You're not even that much older than me.
What the fuck? You're young. When I was I thank you for liking that. I wasn't sure if you were gonna like that video or hate the video. I didn't know.
I fucking loved it. Are you fucking kidding me? I fucking played it. I showed it to Sarge and I fucking was like, fuck yeah.
He knows about She-Ra. He would know.
Yeah, he probably did. Yeah.
He would love it, definitely. He would be like, ooh, She-Ra. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, no,
I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking about She-Ra for some reason, and I was listening to what that bitch was saying, and I was thinking about you. And you and I, we've had our love-hate relationship. I actually love you a lot, but we're both strong women. That's what it is. But we've had our thing, and I was just thinking about you. And I was like, she is freaking a superhero. She is She-Ra. She just is. And I was looking for footage of you through the internet to make the video. And I saw something to where you were twerking, and I didn't put that in. But
thank you.
You're not, well, I maybe I should have, and I'm going to tell you why. You definitely you're very buxom. You're not fat. I'm tired of people saying that you're fat now because I was looking at you and I put it in slow motion because you know me, I'm like, OCD, ADHD, Asperger's. I got everything wrong with me because I just got problems. But I was looking. You're not a big girl. And then I was like, let me rethink. Let me look back to the vegan thing. Now, vegan is extremely thin. But I was looking and I was like, let me look at the different angles. You're average size. You're not fat. Anyone out there, Amber's not fat. She's just, I mean, you're just not. And I don't know if you heard my recent live, and I hope you didn't think bad of me saying this, but you should have more children because you're like an Amazon princess.
I've heard that before.
No, you really, well, I understand why Sarge is a smart man, and Sarge has decided, and I don't know Sarge, I've never spoken to him or anything. I have no desire to, but I know what a military man like him is like for the most part. And he looked at you and he was like, okay, I want my children to survive into the future. And you
Exactly.
are
I've
the
heard. I've had Brazilian
producer
fucking
of
hits.
such a person because you have those genetics. Because unfortunately, in today's society, people are propagating a look within women that is in actuality weakness. You're a
Hmm.
strong bitch. Shit.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And actually, Good Time said the same thing to me at one point. He goes, "Man, I thought you were fatter than you are." I'm like, "Thank you." Like, but I appreciate that. Thank you, because I do some days feel like a big giant fucking Jabba the Hutt.
Well, because society produces the ideal of being weak. I mean, I've even had to contend with that myself when I was underweight. When I was working in the adult industry, okay, it was encouraged for me to basically be underweight, for me not to be my maximum potential as a woman. And I still struggle with that every day. Like I look at myself and I just do because I'm actually people like if I was not in my own body to look at myself, I'd be like, I'm fine looking at myself, looking at my weight. But because of all the conditioning from just really nefarious, evil forces, and I'm going to put it in those terms, um, I've been conditioned to think that if I have any additional body fat, I'm fat. And I know damn well I'm not fat, but I just feel that way because of just shit that I've gone through, especially having worked in the entertainment industry. It's sick.
I'm wondering though if, like, how a lot of people use the term body dysmorphia for like people that are damn near anorexic but still see fat. Like, is there the opposite? Because like I see
Yes.
myself way fucking skinnier than I am.
There is, and it's something called self-esteem and confidence, really.
Okay, that sounds
That's what
like
it's
I sound like
called. And we're not
I
supposed to, as
don't.
American women, we're not supposed to have self-esteem and confidence. God forbid you have that. God.
I know. Fuck, I
But I'm
do.
glad you liked I didn't know if you would like the video. I didn't, but you are young. You just
I
are. I thought
fucking
you, because you
loved
said
it. I loved it.
Superwoman.
I loved
You
it. I
didn't
loved it.
know you didn't know about Shira though. Shira, when I was a little girl, that was the cartoon. I was like, and see my aversion to Shira, and this was actually put into my head by my mother, and I've had to talk to my mother about this when it comes to racialism. And you and I have talked about this, and you're not even aware. That's how I know damn well that you're definitely not a racist. I mislabeled you on that on so many accounts, and I do apologize profusely for having
Thank
done
you.
that.
I
But
mean, thank you.
when I was a little girl, it's like if a comic book or cartoon series didn't have a black character, they were automatically deemed as racist. But maybe that wasn't a part of the storyline. I mean, like, how are you going to have today Black Panther and have someone in the Black Panther fold that's white? Now, they did try to play that in, and it went wrong.
Hmm.
It didn't make sense. So it's not about racism, it's just about life. And that's something that I've had to reconstruct my own thinking on. And as I'm looking at what's going on with some of the female streamers who happen to be white, who are criticized, I don't know if you looked at my community tab today over on IP2 Wiki Info, but I put something out about Country Karen because I'm sick of people picking on her. Now, I don't agree with everything that she says politically,
Yeah.
but well, I don't. She said, but I'll tell you this: she's someone that I would definitely end up being friends with because I've known a lot of women like her in my life. And when
She's
I look
hella,
at what they're
I
really
think she is
upset
hella
about
racist though.
toward black men, yes, women, no.
Okay, maybe. I guess I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Guess I never really differentiated that. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, there is a specific differentiation
Right.
between American view or international view even of black men versus black women. Now, I'm a black woman. I don't have any brothers. The only black man in my life that I'm even close to is my father, who many would consider beige. which is strange to say, but it's actually not that far off.
Well, yeah,
I
actually,
have a nephew who's also beige, but I don't have anyone in my life who's a black male, and I haven't for a very long time, and there's a reason as to why. I'm not against black males.
I don't want to ask, but yeah.
Well, you can ask. Well, what's your question? Ask your burning
Well, just
question.
when you said that that's the only black male in your life, I was just wondering why.
I will explain. The only black male who's ever been in my life, and this is a Amber quadruple H exclusive interview.
Woo!
If anyone steals this, you copyright strike the fuck out of them. Okay? But I'm going to tell you.
I will if I don't like them, but okay, go ahead.
Well, even if you like them, you should. That way they can pay you some money.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, this is black.
Exclusive.
Well, no, it's not black male. It's white male. That's what this is. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
The only black male who I extensively trusted within my entire life, from childhood to adulthood, was a man who passed away, known as my uncle Anthony, who has passed away several years now. You don't have to apologize or say I'm sorry or anything. It's been over 2 decades. Well, 1 decade, but close to 2 decades now. But when it comes to black males, and my uncle was my mother's brother, black males, black American males, I'm not going to say internationally, but black American males give black American women the hardest time, especially women like me. I'm not against black males, but when I think about my exit from the adult entertainment industry, who were some of the most aggressive opponents and naysayers and consistent people telling me that no matter what I would do, I would be a whore? It was black men.
Yikes.
Whenever it came down to me not feeling like I'm pretty enough due to my chocolate complexion, who was it? It wasn't anybody else but black American males. When it came down to my body type, I happen to have a white girl body type. There's nothing I can do about it. It happens to get with the fact that I happen to have a lot of different lineages within my family, even though I do identify as being African American. Who was it? It was black men. The first time that I was ever hit physically by a male, who was it? A black man.
Fascinating. Not that you got hit, but just the whole concept. I mean, the whole idea of what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I hit him back, and it wound up going into.
Yeah.
It never went into the courts. There wound up being a settlement outside of it. There was police intervention involved, but yeah, I beat the living shit out of that guy, and he didn't think I would because he thought that I acted too white. This happened when I was working as an adult entertainment dancer, a stripper in Southeast Florida. I was walking to my car by myself. Normally, there would have been, like, you know how you have the security people in the strip clubs and whatnot, but I never had a problem. And there was someone who was very into me who happened to be a black male in the club, and I didn't want to date him. I didn't want anything to do with him outside the club. It's like, hey, thank you for giving me the tips, because that's the culture. That's the reality of it. But he wanted more. I was walking to my car. I didn't have like an automatic thing to where you can just, open the door. I had to put my key in the car. The moment I put my key into the car, he was right behind me. He pulled me around, pushed me against the car, hit me in the face, point blank.
What the fuck?
Fortunately, he was smaller than me. And I was only 5 foot. I'm 5'6" and 3/4, close to 5'7". At the time, I couldn't have weighed any more than 115 pounds. I mean, I was in my early 20s when this happened. And I just went into survivor mode when I was a little girl. I'd always been taught how to defend myself physically. And everything that I'd ever been taught, it just like suddenly came to the forefront. And at that time, the security, they saw it outside. I'll also tell you the club, it was Cheetahs in Pompano Beach. The security people, they loved me. I was one of their top earners. I always tipped everybody well. They came over, they beat the living hell out of that motherfucker. But I'll never forget that. And it never happened. And it hurt me. I never talked about this for you. I've never talked about this publicly, actually. You're the first person I ever talked about this publicly with. But I never wanted to talk about it because it's like, really? You're going to be an African American guy and you're going to do that to me? Really?
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
And what was funny about that club, that particular club, they were actually what people would consider to be racist because they didn't allow many black dancers in that particular club. They only allowed white, Latin. There were a couple Asians. There were maybe 3 black girls out of 100 that they kept on rotation at that
That's interesting
club.
to you say that because I've been to several strip clubs and I've probably only ever seen 2 African American strippers. Not for anything, just interesting you say that.
Well, there's a reason why they keep it on rotation because they know. I mean, it's no different than the Playboy enterprise. When it comes to the earners, when it comes to adult entertainment, the people who pay into the most when it comes to adult entertainment are American white males, people from the Middle East. Well, nowadays you know what that is, the Dubai area, that area.
Like pay into, do you mean like by purchasers?
Yes, yeah, clients.
Okay.
Yeah. People who are from like affluent areas of South America, like Argentina, maybe Colombia, maybe, and that's from the drug trade. But that's where it is. Asia, East Asia, and those particular people tend to prefer the Barbie girls. You know, that what you would consider, yeah,
unrealistic, fucking like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's never changed. It's never changed. Like as much as like the whole Kim Kardashian phenomenon has been pushed, every once in a while there will be a girl who's popular from that certain realm. But really, it's still the Barbie girls. If you are not a Barbie girl, and I happened to have been a black Barbie girl, you're not going to be in there. And there's not very many black Barbie girls. Nowadays, there's not very many Latin Barbie girls, and it's dwindling when it comes to white Barbie girls. But the white girls, there is still a certain arena to where you can be a larger white woman and still attract that demographic. It's scientific. I mean, people have made charts, especially within the porn industry. It's amazing.
Hey man, I saw a big chick one time at a strip club, and this strip club was like top of the line strip club. Obviously, she's still in a decent shape, but she was a big girl, and I was like, damn. And there was, quite a few people around her. Like, I was like,
well,
oh,
a lot of it really does have to do with the specific coloring too. There's scientific things that have been done about this. The blonde hair, the light eyes, that is a big thing. It really is. And that's why there are certain groups, I guess if you want to call it racially, I mean, this is kind of going too far. So I'm going to, I'm going to put a barrier on what I say.
I'm okay with controversial topics. It's all right. I mean,
well, I know, but YouTube might not be, because I'm spinning some knowledge and I know I'm on the radar. I just know this for a fact at this point. Yeah, because I've been taught. Well, as soon as you say the word country Karen, because country Karen is not wrong about a lot of things. But what I've noticed about country Karen and why people don't like her. Now, she has said some things, but I tested the waters today. That's why, earlier or yesterday, if you want to call it yesterday, because we're already in from yesterday into today. But when I did my live in the morning, eating some breakfast in bed with some people, I was talking about some things, and I specifically worded certain things away in a certain way, because I was like, okay, I'm saying the opposite of what she's saying, but from a black woman. And some people got incredibly angry. And I was like, wow, let me see who these people are. I mean, I put up one video about her that was fairly positive, but it was her beliefs. in regards to certain things. And I know exactly who doesn't like her right now. But what's interesting about it is that what she says as a woman, as a white woman, really isn't that different from what a lot of the male streamers are saying, but they're white males, or at least they're claiming to be white males. I'm very particular in regards to what I consider white. And that's what I think makes people very upset, because I am very, very particular. I don't call a lot of people who claim to be white, white. I just don't, because I don't think that they are. And some people are like, oh, that makes you racist. Well, maybe it does. Maybe if it comes to all the people who are affiliated with IP2, it's possible I'm the most racist one. It's possible. It's very likely. But I'm in the body of a Black woman, which is strange. But I've said for a long time that I do believe in reincarnation. I always have. I think that in a previous lifetime, I was a white male.
Racist white male, or just a white male?
I would think I was just a white male in a previous lifetime. I think so.
Right. Well, it's very possible. I believe in reincarnation as well. Now, a quick question. So, sorry, I haven't watched very much of Country Karen. A few times I've watched her. Yeah, she's very.
Yeah, I haven't watched much of her, and she is eccentric. But I do find her entertaining. Like, maybe I'm not catching certain things when I do happen to tune in. It's possible, but and also it's possible that maybe I relate her to a very good friend of mine who I had for years. It's possible. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say I haven't watched much of her lately, so I, couldn't really say much on like the whole racism aspect regarding, like I said, recently. But the first few times I watched her like her very first couple of streams, and I would have perceived her as racist. I guess I can never say that I paid enough attention to see if it was like directed towards male or female. But so that brings up my next question. Does the term sex, like racially sexist, is that like a term? Because I feel like it still falls under like the sexism category. Because if you're like racist, you're racist, so it's hard for me to comprehend it being like only racist towards, like, would you say males versus racist towards women? If my question makes sense? Like,
no, it makes perfect sense. I think that's an excellent point that you just made, actually, because when it comes to racism, male versus female, there definitely has always been a definite differentiation, and a lot of it does have to do with the element of sex, sexual attraction, who we just are as human beings, our experiences as a human in life between being male versus female. Now, with Country Karen, I think that her most like controversial thing that supposedly or allegedly, and I don't know the details about it entirely, I've just heard hearsay, has to do with her being banned from Twitch, had to do with her saying some very off-color things to a male who had been attacking her for probably quite some time, who happened to be Black, of the Muslim religion, something like that. Now, as you're a streamer, so you know how the hate can be. I'm a streamer. I know how the hate can be. And you can embody it, you can shoulder it. And then there comes a time to where maybe you're drinking one night and you go crazy because it just triggers you. And you're like, fuck this shit.
I can do that sober, but yeah.
I try not to do it sober, but I know I've done and I've said some things when I've been very intoxicated that I definitely shouldn't have said. But I think that was the case when it came to Country Karen. But they've been working on her for a while. Now, when it comes to Country Karen's political beliefs, I don't know what her political affiliation is. But what I do know is that there have been some things that she said that are things that people don't want others to know, but that are based in truth. But again, it's things that the mainstream is not supposed to take as um, any kind of value or fact.
Right.
I know
Like,
that.
and being edgy and,
Mhm.
you know, to a certain extent controversial, like really in this community, people like that, I guess. People like that.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen her out of the blue like some of the male supposedly white streamers who I don't even define as truly being white, running into an establishment screaming the N word or having their TTS on to where that's going to occur. I haven't seen her do that. Now, maybe it's happened. I haven't seen it. If anyone's seen it, let me know. I haven't seen
did
it though. I've seen her
did you have
say some things out of anger, pure anger.
mm, did you happen to see, I don't know, maybe like a week or two ago, she went to this like store, this little market. I only happened to catch part of it, but she was extremely derogatory towards the employee, or maybe it was just another person in the store. But she kept calling them the N word. You're or
Really?
acting like, oh yeah. So I that's those are the things where I'm like, that's pretty fucked up, like. But
I would like to
I
see
don't
that.
know.
That's something
I'm
that
not
if
sure.
anyone has the clip, you can send it to my Instagram, Alexandra Mayers 01 or Alexandra Mayers at yahoo.com. But what I've seen of her, look, when I was working in the adult entertainment industry full time, okay, I befriended a woman who reminds me strangely, incredibly of her. I mean, actually, Country Karen looks like this particular woman's daughter. It's interesting to me, at least. But this particular woman came into the arena raised, you could tell she was raised a certain way to where she never had any sort of racial proclivities as far as being hating anybody, okay,
Mhm.
but due to certain things that happened to her that people tend not to want to talk about, but that are real, to where it really is a real attack upon specifically white women. She developed extreme anger. And I've seen it as a black woman. I've seen things that are not right. And every time I say something about it, who gets attacked? I get attacked because I guess I'm not supposed to say anything about it. But it's like, well, I want someone to say something about when I get attacked and it's racial based. Why can't I say
Mhm.
something in the opposite? What why is that? Like what? I'm supposed to like look at another woman, my fellow woman, and I'm supposed to be
That's
okay
where the
with it?
sexism comes into play. It's because kitties.
Yes.
Like, I asked that earlier. I was like, so this person does the same thing I fucking do, and vice versa, but it's okay for them because they have a penis, and it's not okay for me
Look,
because I have tits.
I've thought for years actually that white women have it much rougher than black women. And it does go back to the times of slavery. And I'll tell you why it happens. Because the reason that you have so many African Americans, I mean, the typical African American might not be defined as a mulatto, meaning 50-50, half white, half black, or a quadroon, meaning one quarter white. But almost every African American, unless you have an influx of someone directly from Africa, and maybe it's possible that is what makes my mindset and even my being a little bit different. My father's side of the family comes directly from Morocco and Egypt. I am not completely African American, as in from slave stock.
Oh,
I
I
don't
was wondering. I
know
was gonna
if
ask
that
about
makes
that.
a difference, but it might, because I've just noticed a little something to where it's like if you're African American, strictly African American from slave stock, somehow you're supposed to be okay with white women being treated a certain way. But if you go back in time to where when all of the mixing or the interbreeding or just the interracial relationships, however you want to call it, happened, it happened because the white women were supposed to be passive and okay about their husbands justifiably having affairs right in front of their face Oh my God. If I was a white woman and I was married to a plantation owner who was fucking the slaves, I would have killed him. That's
Yeah,
me.
I feel like to a part of me, I feel like I should have lived in the 50s, but it's like then a part of me is like, I'd have probably ended up in prison because like there's some shit that I wouldn't have been okay
You
with.
would
Like,
have. Look, if reincarnation is real, maybe you did. Who knows?
yeah, exactly. No,
But
exactly.
that's something I've always thought about. Like when I was a teen, you know, as an African American, you learn about slavery, you learn about your history, you learn about all this stuff, right? So that is something that differentiates African Americans from white Americans. White Americans want to forget about it, and justifiably so. Just like Germanic people who are not of Jewish descent in Germany, they want to forget about that. They don't. They even have all kinds of laws and social constructs to where they not only are sorry about what happened with the Holocaust, but they actively fight against it. Right. So in
Right.
America, you have this thing to where white Americans who are quote unquote liberal or who you know are for equality, which is great. I'm not against that, but they don't want that
Blackout Andy,
remembrance.
I don't like that in my chat, and I like you, so I'm not gonna time you out yet. But let's not, please. Thank you.
Well, I'm not looking at the chat, so I don't know what's
Yeah,
going
no, it's
on.
it's
But
it's just spamming. It's just spamming stupid shit. But it's all good. I just wanted to address that, so just get pissed if he does it again, and I time him out.
well, I'm just saying. I mean, when you look at what happened with slavery in the United States and the mentality that has been bestowed within white women, opposed to white males having affairs, extramarital relationships, someone on the side. It's always been this thing to where white women are supposed to keep their mouths shut. They're supposed to just adhere to it. And I'm under the belief, and this is going to sound controversial, but I'm going to say it. I think a lot of the racism that is being perpetuated within the United States, specifically against Black women, does stem from white American women who are sick of it. But it's not the Black woman's fault. It's not the white woman's fault. It's the white male's fault because they want to adhere and keep that certain hierarchy in line to where they can do whatever they want, and to where the white women are supposed to take a back seat, shut up, and just go with it.
So,
And
do you
that's
think
not
it's
okay.
like a subconscious, like been passed
Yes.
down through the
I think
like?
it's genetic memory. I think it's subconscious. I think it's a lot of things. And I think that the white American woman nowadays, she's getting sick of it. I mean, we saw it with Hillary Clinton. I'm not a proponent of Hillary Clinton, but we all saw what happened with her and Bill. Okay? We all saw it. And that wasn't, well, there was actually a Black woman who was involved in that. He has a half Black son, but the one that we know the most about was Jennifer Flowers and the affair that he had with her throughout his political career. Hillary stuck by him. And at the end, it was to her detriment. She actually could have had more support if she divorced his ass and gone forward, but she didn't feel within that she was strong enough to stand alone outside of her connection to Bill. And they're both Democrats, okay?
To a certain extent, I want to agree with what you're saying. I don't think that she thought she wasn't strong enough because I guarantee you she's very dominating woman.
Well,
I
to
think that
others, but
falls in line with
not
the
to her man, not
well,
to
I was gonna say
Bill.
I think that falls in line with the standing behind him, like mainly like that was her role, like that's his,
Right.
he's a president, like she, divorce looks really bad as far as and like the political view, as far as if you want someone to you have to like not have skeletons, and having a wife and a family is better because it shows that you're like this normal, I feel like
Yeah.
that falling in line place thing makes sense because I mean I feel like she
Well, that's the whole Democratic mentality also, because it was the Democrats who were the proponents of the slave system. before that ended, it was not the Republicans. And that's part of the reason people, you know, especially within the Black community, I deal with this all the time when it comes to my political connections. They're like, Alex, why do you become a Republican? What the hell? You're a traitor. You're a race traitor. And I'm like, well, you know what? If we were back in time and the slave system was still intact, it was the Republicans who freed my ass. It wasn't you. So shut the fuck up. Leave me alone.
Right. Whenever I hear though that like when you talk about that, how people say like you're well, like you were just talking about earlier, like to a certain
deal with that all
extent.
the time. I mean,
well, it makes
funny
me,
to me.
it makes me think of I don't know for why, but it makes me think of that Dave Chappelle skit where he's blind and he's like the
Yeah.
leader of the KKK and doesn't know he's black. I don't know why, because I'm not saying that it's like in comparison to what you're talking about.
No,
But every
it is
time
in
I hear that, I think
comparison.
of that. Like,
Well,
I'm
I
just
am a
like,
comedic writer. I mean, that is how and I probably shouldn't say it, but I'll say it today because I do trust you. And I feel like if anyone's going to have the truth about me, it should be you. But I do a little bit of comedic writing and I do get paid for it. But when
that's
it comes to, yeah, well, I have a fucked up brain. So that it is what it is. I do.
I know for a while, like I questioned, like I would watch and I'm like, you know, is she like a master troll or is she like,
Yeah.
is this real
It's some of
life
both.
or
No,
both?
it's
Yes,
both.
exactly. That's
It's
why I was like, it's
both.
gotta be like,
It's
oh, she
both. I am
knows
a
what the fuck
master
she's doing.
troll. I didn't even know what trolling was until everyone wants to bring up that lawsuit. The guy who sued me, you know, he is the ultimate master troll, the ultimate Mark Randazza. He taught me a lot, and I'm still friends with him to this day. But I was not lying about what happened with him and his wife, who he has since divorced. I was not wrong. Now, was I trolled in regards to believing that she was abused? I think I was. I'm not sure if it was her or not. It could have been her. I will never know the truth about that. But what I do know is that they did divorce. And then he was running around with this porn star who wound up she got arrested and it had to do with charges of child abuse. It wasn't funny. So when people are like, oh, well, you never pay that. Well, first and foremost, when it comes to that particular lawsuit, and I do want to address this, there's something called a stipulation of 6 years when it comes to collecting a debt. Okay. That 6 years has long been passed.
Statutes of limitations.
Statutes, exactly. And you are the law expert because I know that you are an intern or you were at least, and you know how all that works. But also
I still am. But yeah, not very. I mean, it's only like 2 days a week. I'm like their bitch, but
well, it was reopened. It was addressed. There was a woman actually who was not just a judge. I don't know what you would call it, but someone who's like, who I guess she was like over all the judges because I represented myself in that lawsuit. I didn't have an attorney. I did at first, but then I was like, I'm smarter than my attorney. Not to be vain.
I know, right? It's like, you know, especially there's a lot of I've had my moments.
So I represented myself, and there was an instance to where they tried to do a little something funny to where it would have ended up breaching the restraining order because I was told, okay, you can't go around. And I never was around these. I never even met them. I never met them in person, nothing. But they were trying to get me to go to their office to create a settlement. And I couldn't legally do that because of the restraining order. If I had gone to the office to create the settlement of that lawsuit, I would have breached the restraining order. I would have been arrested. It would have been just a nightmare. Nobody told me, but I was smart enough to realize it. So I went to this woman.
So you could have been that you were your legal counsel, but I don't know. It
was too sketchy. It was too sketchy.
No, you made the right decision, but I feel like being as you were acting as your own counsel, like that's what your attorney would have done was they would have.
Keep in mind, I was just fresh out of the adult entertainment industry. Okay.
No, yeah, you made the right choice.
I was saying all kinds of shit online that I shouldn't have been saying. This was in the year. God, what year was it? I think it was 2010, 2011, something like that. It wasn't like how it is right now. Okay. So many, and keep in mind, I was by myself living in Las Vegas. Everything was being said about me. people were saying that I was an escort, whereas I wasn't. At the time, I was working for a company remotely. I wasn't doing anything adult industry wise. That's why I got on that woman, Miss Parker. Miss Parker was trying to say that I was going to swingers clubs. She's been around and she's known of me from that time because she was trying to recruit me into some shit. And I don't hate her for it, but she was doing some shit. And that's why I don't trust her to this day. She has apologized. We have come to an amicable place. But I know what was going on that time because there was a certain dollar amount on my head when it came to certain things. But I was not about to meet with that man for any kind of a settlement because of that particular restraining order. And he was saying things that I was not doing. So I went to the courts and I was like, look, so his entire law firm got put on probation strictly because of me, because they were trying to get me to do that. So it wound up coming to a conclusion. Things that Controlla is saying, her threats are way more severe than things that I ever said.
Right.
But again, keep in mind, here I was, solo, Black woman, worked in the adult entertainment industry, had just had a tremendous controversy on a national scale having to do with an ex-baseball player or retired baseball player known as Lenny Dykstra. So many things were going on. It was so much to where the best thing I could do was just stick to what I knew would be the safest absolute route. But what was funny was that at the end, his wife did divorce him, and he wound up hanging out with a girl who wound up getting charged. And I don't know if she ever got out of jail or not, but she got in charge for child abuse. It was crazy. And he, at this moment, is about to be sued by Alex Jones. This is a big attorney. He's not a little deal.
Right. I've done my research on him.
But he was a prominent adult entertainment industry attorney who was trying to, but the reason that they were really coming after me had to do with the website that I still maintain called Porn News Today. And that's an archive of quite a bit of very nefarious activity that happened in the criminal realm, and people wanted that offline. And I just stood my ground and I was like, fuck you.
I thought it was removed, but there's still, like you said, archived. Oh, wow.
No, Porn News Today is up and running. You can go to it right now.
Okay. No,
that was me taking my stand. There was a woman that he dealt with that I actually, when I was in Washington, after I hung out with the Outcast Owls, when I was up in Washington for like that 2 to 3 weeks, she had been battling the same attorney. And part of the reason that we became friends had to do with her battle against him and his attempt to encroach upon her freedom of speech when it came to some things having to do with not only copyright, but inventions pertaining to the internet and the internet's technology.
Interesting. Well, I have a question regarding like that website. And I'm just going to straight up ask you, so don't take offense to it because I'm not saying this in a bad way, but you and I both know that some of the materials that you put out as far as like these websites that I am familiar with and the people that are on them, some of them are a little exaggerated. And so going to that Porn News Today site, I have read quite a bit of stuff on there. Now, is that like in actuality what, like the situations in the background?
Everything on Porn News today at this moment is not exaggerated. It is 100%. The main person who was very adamantly against Porn News Today was an individual who is a known internationally, actually, not only in the United States, a sex trafficker known as Donald Carlos Tiem. He is in the midst of a divorce as of current from a woman that he trafficked from the Thailand, Southeast Asia area into the United States, who even through her pregnancies, he exploited her like you wouldn't believe. No pay, by the way, but he was married to her. and she finally got away from him. He tried to construct a lawsuit against and it's going to sound weird, but I'm just going to tell you what happened. Some sort of a mobile home park. He thought he was going to be able to attain a part, or at least a portion of that mobile home park, due to this lawsuit. It didn't happen. Guess who his attorney was? The same attorney who came after me. But when I was come after, guess who I was fighting also? Donnie Long. Donnie Long was a big deal in the adult entertainment industry. People had given him a lot of money over the years, more than you would ever even think. And he was supposed to do a certain task, but he didn't do it. He took that money and he ran, and he thought that he could get away with it. And there were people in what you would consider to be the true mafia who came after him. And that's also a part of the reason why, when I was dealing with that Randazza situation, even though I was by myself, I had help along the way, because he had screwed over so many people that they were like, Alexandra's not going to go down. We're after him. And if you stand in her way, Randazza, there's going to be a problem. So he did back down. That's why that judgment never stuck. That's why I never had to pay it. And that's why eventually it was completely dissolved.
Okay. Okay. That's an interesting tidbit, because obviously
it's weird sounding.
That's
I understand.
No, not at all. I understand how a lot of these things, do work, and it doesn't not make sense, if that makes sense. No, it's just interesting because obviously with the materials that are available online, that's not mentioned anywhere. You just know, like, you see what the ending, the final word as far as the.
I could see how certain things would seem totally unkosher if I had some sort of a serious criminal history, okay? But that's not the case. What I always tried to do, because first and foremost, I never thought I was ever going to be in the adult entertainment industry in the way that I wound up being in it. And with Porn News Today, when I had a chance to just not do anything with that site anymore, I was more than happy. And it exists. Coming up this week, I'm actually going to do an interview with a really good friend of mine who I've known for years, who was an 80s porn star, a male, who put out a really cool book. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but I just
Ron Jeremy?
started it.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, Greg Lyons.
I'm honestly not very familiar with
Greg Lyons. Well, you wouldn't know the name, but he was the handsome man. When you would watch the old Vivid movies or the early Wicked movies, the romance porn, he was a very, very, very good looking. He still is as an older man. He's a good looking guy. But he's always been very cerebral. He's been into music and all that kind of stuff. And, he's in his later years now, so he's writing his memoirs. And I've done an interview with him before, but he came to me as soon as he released the book. So I kind of, within the adult entertainment industry, I'm the woman that when you're in your sunset years.
It is live, Aaron.
You come to and you're like, okay, I need to do an interview. And I'm a pleasant person to do the interview with. And that's my role in that world. But when people are like, oh, she was blacklisted, she can't be, it's like, you're full of shit. Because whenever you see those interviews of the people at their end, who's doing damn interviews? It's me. I do it as Monica. I don't do it as Alexandra.
Right.
And that's why I feel like, with the whole IRL thing, with the IP2 Black, I'm bringing that out. I'm pushing that through the Monica brand, because that's the blackest that I ever was when I was a black porn star.
Honestly, and it makes sense, especially the way you explained it the other day, given that person that recommended that, idea to you, but I've never shamed you for, the adult industry, because I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's probably one of the most paid, occupations out there. I mean, and one of the most sought after, paid for, used. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things that will always be there. The
only shame that I ever received, and again, this goes back to what we were talking about before, the shame that I felt was mainly from the Black community. Being a Black woman, you wouldn't think that, but talk to other Black ex-porn stars, they'll tell you the same shit. It's something about, like, I think what happened with me, I think I did everything as a Black woman I was not supposed to do. I I think that's what happened. I think because, okay, I did the porn. That's number one. I haven't had any children by choice. That's number two. I've chosen to date men who are not Black. That's number three. I became a Republican. That's number four. I don't even know what else there is. But it was all those things. But I'd rather do those things openly to let other young Black women know, look, don't do all of them. But it's okay if you do some of them.
Don't be ashamed. Yeah, like I get it.
Just
Don't
be yourself. You don't have to be some sort of stereotype that, you know, I don't even know who's creating the stereotype, but you don't have to be something that you don't feel like you are. You do what you want to do. But being a Black woman feeling these things, what I was saying about white women, and I could never know what it is to be a white woman, obviously. But having been a woman who grew up in an all-white neighborhood in her childhood, who went to an integrated school when she was in, you know, late middle school, high school, who went to a predominantly white college.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't like know like your whole story, but I feel like you still though do have way more of a understanding.
I'm for the white women. I think a lot of white women think that I hate them. I'll tell you the white women that I hate. The only white women I hate are the white women who look at Black women as some sort of competition, to where they feel like somehow that's going to take away from them being able to have a monoracial white child. There's enough white men out there to where you can have as many monoracial white children that you want, okay? But at the same time, don't come after me. Leave me alone.
I think mixed babies are fucking so cute. I really, really do. I really just think they're gorgeous. My stepdaughter. Obviously, people are like, "Oh, stepdaughter." My ex, I was with him for 13 years. I raised his daughter from the age of 2, so like, she's still my stepdaughter. But she had, she's still with him. Actually, her husband is African American, but her baby is just, oh my god! I think mixed babies are adorable.
I mean, all children are
cute as hell,
all of them. But what I'm at, okay, my anger when it comes to, I guess, the reason that I do take up for the white woman, and I don't care if I'm in my mind might be completely fucked. Okay, it might be, and if it is, it is. But I've just known enough white women throughout my life, and I've seen how a lot of white men treat them, to where I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and act like it's okay, because I've even played with it. I've done streams to where I'm like, yeah, and it's me trolling. I'm like, okay, white men, you have your white family and your Black family, because truth be told, that is the reality of what was happening during slave times, and it still happens to this day. But it's like, if I verbalize it, suddenly Alexandra is the demon. But why am I the demon if I'm stating it versus the woman who's accepting it? Because
because it's, I think the way that if I'm understanding what you're saying correctly, I think it's because as a white woman, it's almost non-existent to have it's very rare and almost non-existent to have an African American woman be backing, you know, a white woman as far as those kind of issues go, you know what I mean? Whereas, you know, it's just hard to wrap your mind around that, you know, thinking, are they serious? There's nothing wrong with that.
I think that there's more Black women who are more adamant in regards to getting divorces when their husbands cheat on them than there are white women.
100%. 100%.
And I think a lot of it has to do with social pressure. And then you see, you know, people are like, oh, white women, she's a quote unquote Karen. That's why I love that term, country Karen. It's perfect. Be country Karen. Because maybe country Karen is mad. And maybe, like, look, what if white women had never stood up for black women during the civil rights era? Okay? What if white women had never been like, hey, it's not okay for this black woman to be treated this way. So maybe I feel the reverse. Maybe I feel like, hey, it's not okay for this white woman to be treated this way. Maybe
No, exactly.
she should say, I'm a Karen. Maybe she should. And then there's a group of people, and I'm not gonna say who the group is, but I think that your listeners might know who I'm talking about. But they're a group who wants to define themselves as white, but they're not exactly white, who wants to make it seem like, oh, the white woman needs to shut up. She needs to be accepting of it. She needs to understand that she has so much privilege. No, you don't have the privilege as a white woman. The white man does, yes, but not all the white men do. Only a certain group does. But the white woman, she has her hands tied behind her back like there ain't no thing. And I have seen it for years. I saw it from my 20s, like my late 20s up to the present. And it's made me mad. And every single time I talk out about it, that's when suddenly, oh, I don't have my YouTube channel anymore. Oh, I don't have my platforms anymore. You know what? I, at one point in time, lost my Alexandra Mayer's YouTube channel. And you know who got it back? It was a woman just like Country Karen.
Well, you know, because it's basically what they would consider it misinformation, or like this whole COVID thing, you know, how people discuss COVID and they had their opinion. It was basically like you're spreading false information. So that I think is where I mean, I think people should still be able to have their, you know, their opinion and their beliefs and their ideas. Now, once you get to the point of like, you know, you're a, you know, piece of shit and I'm going to find you and kill you because of your opinion, that's obviously when it goes too far. But I do still think people should have their opinion and not be.
Well, just so you know, Amber, there are some people who are actually on your side who are going to test the waters with you. They're going to want to see. They're going to want to see, who is Amber? What's going on? I love
if I'm a fence rider or a dick rider or whatever they've been calling it lately.
You're obviously not. You're not a fence rider or a dick rider or anything. The only dick you're riding is that of your fiance, and that's all there is to it.
That's right. That's right. I don't think I'm a fence rider either. And I know that you can attest to this, that even before the falling out with, you know, Good Times or Chicken Cakes, when I talk to you, I'd be like, hey, you know, I actually like them.
I'm glad we had that falling out. I'm glad.
Right. Yeah. And people think I'm like, oh, I'm all about Alexandra and I am encouraging her, you know, behavior, whatever. I'm like, I have nothing to do with what she does. I just appreciate that we're getting along now. And like, but it doesn't change the fact she knows my opinion on people.
And what is my behavior? What exactly is my behavior?
You know, I don't know. I haven't delved that deep into it, but I think
if my behavior was so bad, I mean, wouldn't I have a criminal record? Wouldn't I be?
I don't think they necessarily mean like as far as that goes. Like, I think it has to do with the like how I was saying, some of the stuff that, you know, you put out there is exaggerated, like just that kind of thing. Like
creating parody. Oh, excuse me for doing the same thing as TMZ. Excuse me for doing the same thing as National Enquirer. Excuse me for becoming a media outlet within a certain community to where I was quicker and smarter, to where they could have done the same thing, but they didn't do it in as much of an effective way. Is that what it is? Oh, excuse me for having a brain.
You know, I don't know. And honestly, I can say this though, like when I was a topic of some of the videos, I was offended. I was like, what the fuck? This bitch is crazy. Like, why, you know, da da da. And now, like, looking back at some of the videos and knowing just like how things,
but
you know, it's like hindsight.
Story.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like looking. I'm like, I've had a lot worse said about me. Like
the videos that were incorrect, they don't exist anymore. That they're gone. Okay, and I've corrected myself, and I've gone out of my way to be like, I was wrong. But there are still a couple. Just go ahead. Sorry. Well, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna say there are still a couple out there that it was like whatever, you know, but to a certain extent, and people don't like it when I say this though, that those videos did, you know, to a certain extent opened my eyes a little bit more as far as like, yeah, you know, even though and some of them, like my kiddo wasn't in the room and you, but you could still hear him, it still opened my eyes as far as like, well, shit, it was a huge eye opener as far as even if something is one way,
So
it
it
can
made
still
you
be
better.
perceived. Well, yeah, it made me just think more about some of my actions and what I'm doing, because like it
Yeah,
was like you know, it's this way, but it can be perceived as this, and then
exactly.
you know, people like that was like the main thing. And obviously, I still do stupid shit or say stupid shit, but it's to the point now where it's like I
No,
know
now
that it could be
I feel
perceived like,
like you didn't understand how it was perceived, and you know, I'm sorry that I was the person
it's
to be the one who was the mirror. I hate being that person. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
well, you know, it
But
sucks, but
I
it is
mean,
what it is, and
now where you are, I mean, when you compare, I mean, people have tried to compare you unjustly to other women who are mothers, who are streamers, and it's apples to oranges, or even apples to a prime steak.
asparagus. Oh, yeah,
You know, it's no one
yeah.
can ever say that you're a controller, for example. No one could ever
Thank
say
you.
that.
I
No one
hope
could
not.
ever say that you're a Trisha, for example. They could never
Right.
say that. What they would say is that, okay, she did these streams and she wasn't exactly aware of certain things. But look
Right.
at how she became aware. Look at how she improved. Not to say that you were a horrible person or anything before, because you weren't.
No,
But
right, but I get what you're
here's the
saying. It's still
difference: you acknowledged it, you saw it, and you being someone who's that self-aware, and then on top of that, you're encouraging other women to be better. You're encouraging men to be better. That's your story. It's not just a
I hope
comeback
so,
story.
'cause, I
It's who
mean,
you are. It's being a leader. That's what it is.
I hope so. I'm not saying I'm like the fucking best role model ever, obviously, because I'm still, you know, you can take the girl out of the trailer park, but
Well,
you can't
I
take the trailer
mean,
park out of the girl. But I
nothing's
like
wrong
to
with being
think
in the
though that
trailer
like,
park. Nothing's wrong
no,
with being in the
exactly, no,
trailer park.
not
And
at all.
also,
I got so much street smarts from that, you know, those days. Like,
well, also looking at the person who's your partner. I mean, we don't need to know anything about him, but what we do know is that he's not an idiot. He's an
yeah,
upstanding guy, and
hmm
he's slowly, maybe not like on purpose, but maybe subconsciously, he's not ashamed of being like, "Hey, I'm Mr. Military Man, and if
oh
I
yeah,
want to
no,
be
he's
on
not ashamed at
camera,
all. Yeah.
I'm here. Y'all can see my presence. Fuck with my woman, and you have to deal with me. Ha
Pretty
ha
much. And
ha."
he knows, even though I'm not like perfect, he knows that me, you know, feeding into it doesn't help. But he's still,
Well,
that's
you're
one of the best
obviously a
things I
good
love about him. He
woman
always has
because
my back.
he's supporting you. He's there for you. He obviously loves you. And that's what I think a lot of women need to see is that you know, no one, I mean, I'm far from, I'm beyond unperfect. If you had to put it on a scale of one being worst, 100% being best, I think I'm maybe 40%, maybe. But
Perfect though is like subjective. Like perfect is
mm,
just somebody's perception. Like everybody's perfect is completely different. Like their idea of perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like because I tell him all the time how perfect he is, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not perfect," you know, because he's Roman Catholic. So, you
oh,
know,
that's
the only
interesting.
perfect out there is is God. And I'm like, okay, well, my idea of perfect is you. But that's it. That's just like everybody's idea of perfect is different. You could be perfect to somebody. You very well are exactly somebody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is somebody's idea of perfect.
You're right. You're right. And that's a beautiful thing to say. You're 100% correct on that. Everyone's perception is different. But what I will say is that you're in a situation to where you got solid love there. You're a passionate person to
I'm
where
so
you feel
lucky.
like
Yeah.
if I want to say something, I'm going to say something. You got your hobby. Your hobby is this crazy, wacky online world that is, you know, who knows what's
That
going to
is it is
happen
my
with
hobby. Yeah.
that. But
It used to be
you're
reading. I should go
differentiated.
back to reading as a hobby, but whatever.
Read me. You know what? Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up. Read
Oh,
me.
I meant like reading books. I'm an empath. No, I could. You know what the crazy part is though I am very empathic, but I can pretty much, after talking to somebody a little while, I can pretty much like I don't know
That's
how
why
to like
people are
use
scared.
it, but
Well, that's why
like
control is scared of you. I know that for a fact.
like I can like tell things about people, and it's not like an
Read me.
intuition thing.
No,
It's like
no.
a
Good and the
psychological
bad. Good
thing.
and the bad. I'm putting you on the spot. Good and the bad. I want
I
an official reading on me because I can't read myself.
I'm still
Read me.
figuring you out. I'm still figuring you
Well,
out because you
what you
are
know
very
so
good
far.
at you're still very good at only, I don't want to say feeding, but you know, you are very good and aware as far as what information you give, what information you don't, you know, what information you know,
Well,
acknowledge or actively
all
versus.
that aside, what would you say about me? I want to know. Please just do me this favor, if you don't mind. If you do mind, it's okay, but I would
I
love to
don't
know.
mind, but I'm not necessarily, I mean, I don't, well, okay, whatever, fine. I'm just going to fucking do it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Um,
I'm opening myself to you spiritually.
I know you are, and I hate doing this like in front
you will
of
not
an audience because
I want
like
you to do it. No, that makes it more powerful. I want
well,
you. I'm open. I'm open right now. I'm totally open. I want you,
okay, well,
and I will
people
not
like
be offended. I will not regret it.
okay. I mean, it's nothing like bad, but it's like
No, do
so
it.
like a lot of people for some reason mistake like let's say, you know, they don't understand the difference between like confidence, like low self-esteem, and like insecurities. Like I feel like to a certain extent you are insecure, but not insecure as far as, I just feel like there's some insecurities which explains like the you know, like I don't, it's hard to explain, but I feel like you're a little insecure, but you're still confident, and I think you still have high self-esteem of yourself. Like, you know your value and your worth. But like I said, there's just a lot of things like you are, as for as open as you are and like as transparent as you are, I still feel like you're very private. Like there's a lot of privacy there still.
No, you're right, but keep going. Don't hold back, because
Well, as I said,
and then when you're done, I'll explain what I think needs to be explained. But I want you to definitely go, no holds back. Go for it.
Well, like I said, I'm still figuring you out because there's, you know, obviously we've had a lot more open conversations lately, you know, whereas we hadn't before. And so like I said, I'm still trying to figure you out. I do feel like, I know you have touched on this a little bit before, but I do feel like I feel like you're a little I feel like you would have preferred to have, and you, like I said, you touched on it before, but not actually grown up in such a white, you know, predominantly white neighborhood and things like that, because I feel like you might have missed out on some like social aspects of that, and I hope that doesn't sound racist. But like I said, I'm still figuring you out.
You're scared that you're gonna offend me. But
No,
you're actually
I'm not worried about
100%
offending you.
correct. You're correct.
I'm not worried about offending you, actually. Like I just like I said, I'm still getting to know you to where I don't feel confident in doing something like that. Because like I'll give an example. Like there's somebody who's always in my chat and a lot of other people's chats. I'm sure you know who it is. George Wallace. George Wallace is a fucking psycho. And he knows that I think he's a psycho. But me and him and I have had actually very
Well,
good
just so you know, anything you
like,
say, you're not giving anyone ammunition. Because
no, I know.
Yeah,
I know that. I don't think honestly you give a shit about that because you would, you know what I mean? Like you're like whatever. But no, like after like probably now 5-6 months of interacting with George Wallace, like I've decided that he is like either like he's got like the whole Leave It to Beaver family, you know, and he's like really like this sick individual, but you know, he plays that part, and so he comes online to release that fucking psycho side of him. And or he's like a CEO of some major company where again he still has to put on this face and be this like exemplary like you know, role model to these people. And so again he goes online to do his fucking psycho shit. And I've asked him before, like, are you really psycho or are you like a troll? He's like, and I asked him, I was like, are you being serious? And he says, I don't know, those lines are kind of blurred. So we came to the conclusion where if I let him just say his fucked up shit in chat, it could be like saving lives. And if him coming and just talking about it makes it to where he doesn't like act on it, like I'm okay with that. But he told me that I wasn't far off as far as like having to have, be that face to one, aspect to where he can come up here, online and let out that degenerate fucking side of him. And there's a couple other things, but it took time. But George is not actually a bad guy. No, I mean, he probably is a psycho bad guy, but he still has good qualities. If that makes sense. But he's a fucking psycho. But yeah, so I'd have to get to know you. I mean, I had to talk to you more to be able to,
Right.
But like I said, for how transparent you are still private as fuck.
Definitely.
I guess I should say emotionally wise, like with your feelings and emotions, you're private.
Yeah, well, I do definitely compartmentalize tremendously. It's been a survival mechanism. I will say that. And it's I'm glad that you noticed that. I'm glad you did. And I would actually prefer it for most people to notice that about me, because there's Alexandra, public persona, without a doubt. I'm not saying that there's things that I'm hiding, but what I am saying is that there's things that I don't think a lot of people could quite handle.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. I think, whereas what makes you the master troll, I say, like, is because, like, I guess I'm glad I even thought about that as far as emotion wise, is you don't let on if something bothers you or if it doesn't, or that's where it's like almost sociopathic, but it's not, because like I've seen parts of you where you do show emotion, whether you realize it or not. Like, if you're drinking and you get like heated over something, like, okay, well,
the closest
you clearly have passion,
but to being completely, letting the compartmentalized side out was when I worked in the adult entertainment industry. That was it right there.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm sure you had to.
When I allowed the character Monica Foster to be. That was well, that's why I decided with IP2 Black, I'm launching that under Monica Foster because it's appropriate. I feel like, okay, IRL, it's wild. It's what it is. It's on the fringes. Why not have Monica be the one who shoulders that? But, some people want to call it schizophrenic. I wouldn't say that I'm schizophrenic because I'm very functional. I'm very, I live my life.
Most people that are in, let's just say, the entertainment business, be it adult, be it movies, be it TV, be anything, they have their persona that the public sees, and then they have their private, real life, like them, and so that is a thing.
Well,
and I can see where
we are the crazies, the ones who have survived, those of us who made it out of the industry, and there's not many of us. That's why I'm really excited, especially you. I really want to connect you with the person who I'm going to be interviewing. I'm going to read his book first. I'm going to read it over the weekend. I'm going to do the interview with him. I told him about you, actually, because he's been looking at what I've been up to lately. And I knew him when I first exited the industry, and he had a hell of a time exiting for the exact same reasons I did. When you exit, they get mad at you because if you exit in the right way, you're not going to be with being a prostitute. Yeah, we hear you.
Sorry, 1 second. But I'm listening. I hear you.
Yeah.
That's Krakadonna. Is that you look weird, Krakadonna?
Yeah, he looks different because he's outside and he's in a different setting.
It's a different angle right now.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is in his hoodie. But sorry, I wasn't trying to cut off what you were saying.
Yeah, when you decide not to be a escort or a prostitute, they don't want to let you go. and they put out
Right, it's like-
everything bad that they can put out about you. Everything, the same thing that was done with me when people were saying, "Oh, well, she left because she must be HIV positive." They did the same shit to him. They do it to everybody, and the
that's
reason
Crackadonna.
being, well, the reason being is because they're afraid that you're going to be an independent escort, and the pimps want the money, so they want to taint your image. That's what it's all about. But he counseled me tremendously through it. He was a big deal. So him putting the book out now he's older. He went in the industry older in the 70s and the 80s. So he's at like, you know, the end of his life.
What up,
and he's
dog?
like, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell all the bad
Fuck,
stories.
right?
So that's
Aldi wanted to be my pimp. I said, fuck you, because you're going to take too much of my fucking money, motherfucker.
Well, you know, you do got some pimping going on in the IRL community. Well, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with that. The real pimps who are in the adult industry, they know about it now, unfortunately, due to following me. And some of those dudes who are doing something, they're going to have to stop if they want to live. So
no, for real.
That's going to be interesting. But anyway, I'm doing an interview with him.
Oh yeah,
and you should interview him because I know
I'll check that. I would love to check that out. Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm going to interview him, but you should interview him too from like you know, an external perspective. I'll send you the book. Read the book. You know, I'll just send you the digital copy through Amazon. You know, shoot me.
Yeah, I would love to read it. I'd love to read it. Sorry, these guys are antsy. They want to speak, obviously.
Well,
but I would love to read it. Yeah.
He's really close to Jameson, Jenna Jameson, and she's about to put out another book too. She's got a ghostwriter, but she's about to put out something new too. And she asked me if I would actually come to her home to interview her. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. Yeah.
Hey, man, you do that Crackadonna, but Jenna Jameson is like fucking.
What do you mean?
Well, she's the queen. She's the queen of it all.
She's like Demi Moore of the porn industry. Your eyebrows.
She's a dumb whore. What are you talking about?
She's the real deal.
Washed up whore.
No,
shut up, dude. She's like the fucking highest paid fucking porn star.
Jenna Jameson? I used to jerk off to her in high school. What are you talking about?
Well, now she's fucking an A-lister in porn right now.
Yeah, she's a big deal.
Q45 wasn't even alive when Jenna Jameson was hot.
She's
neither was I.
Adult anymore. She's mainstream, but everyone's coming out with their books right now because they can finally do it because the people who are basically their slave owners are finally dead. Well, that's what it is.
That's not funny, but it's funny.
I'm not commenting on the fucking porn industry. I'm just
so what's up, Crackadonna and Q45?
Well, Crackadonna tries to act like he doesn't like me, but it's funny how every time
I love
come
you.
in
I
here,
simp you all the time. I don't like your politics, but you're fucking fine as fuck.
Not enough. You don't simp me enough. I'm not satisfied.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Send her money.
I want more.
I ain't giving you money, bro.
I said that.
Only black lady I give money to is Good Times.
Listen, I said the thing about the money, okay? And you are not a true simp.
No. Crackadonna just paid up for a month through that one statement. He's paid up for a month. That one statement.
The only black individual I'll ever give money or reparations to is Good Times for Life.
Thank you, Crackadonna. You're paid up for a month. There you go.
That's funny.
All right. Show boobas. Let me see.
While you guys are on here, I'm
ready.
You can go on the internet and see him right now.
I know.
Yeah, I'll put my cam on. I'm making some coffee because I got to talk to y'all.
I'll make you some coffee, bruh.
No, I'm making the coffee. I got this little Keurig.
Dude, I'll do all your fucking yard work for you.
I don't have a yard. My dad does, but I don't. I don't have a yard. I don't want a yard. I'm a condo girl. I like everything taken care of. I don't have time for a yard.
Crackadonna.
No yards, no children, none of that.
It was more of a joke than anything.
You don't know what it's like to not have a yard until you have a fucking yard full of sand. Okay.
Q, speak up.
Yeah. So Crackadonna does look different. Where are you? This is like
I'm outside.
Oh.
Danny has a hoodie on and he's not in his blue or red fucking shirt.
He does look different. I don't know what it is. It's different. It's I don't know. It's the angle. I think it's the hoodie.
It's the hoodie, and the camera's a lot closer.
It's another structure. It's like
He
outside.
He looks more bald.
It looks exactly like the same structure. It looks like the same wooden.
He doesn't have the headphones. He doesn't have the headphones on.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The headphones.
Yeah, dude. Look at that fucking
headphones.
thing.
I hope you fucking scrape your car, you fucking dumbass.
And what's up, Q? Who? Oh, you're Quadroon 45. Perfect.
Quadroon.
Yeah.
I'm accusing everybody of being a Quadroon now. That's my new thing.
I didn't know what the fuck that was until you said it. I had no idea.
Oh, no, well, I know. I'm bringing back old terms. I'm taking you back in time.
I'm gonna. Can I change my name? I'm gonna change my name. Hold on. Here we go.
You're not allowed to change your name. Whatever your name is when you fucking join, that's what it stays as. So I'm just kidding.
See, you can't be considered a quadroon. You're like way too European looking. That's the problem. You're not a part of the quadroon army.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. Like,
it means like you're like 1/16 black or something.
That's not Cracadona. No, Cracadona. He's. We're going into the clear. We're going.
I'm from the Western Bantus.
With Cracadona, we're going into the MC Frosty that direction. Clear, completely.
What?
Clear.
Yeah, Cracadona is French for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, mon ami.
I would say Northern Italian if I had to guess.
Okay, that's what I am, and you call me a quadroon.
No, Cracadona, he's Northern Italian, probably by way of somewhere in the
you're way off.
Northern. Really, I'm off?
You're way off.
Where are you supposed to be from?
My people?
Sure.
I'm fucking Scottish Irish.
I think you're fourth.
Yeah, I'm Scottish. Mostly.
But still, the Scottish, they made it over from the Norwegian, Finland. Everybody
was fucking and taking over everybody back then.
Hi.
See.
Good, how are you?
Been drinking or what?
Absolutely not.
Because I don't see any sort of
Wait, she being pulled over by the cops?
I've not been drinking that. Okay. My girlfriend left it in my car earlier, and I was going to take it back to her.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Were you getting pulled over?
Absolutely no idea.
When you're coming out of that
walking a straight line.
There's a stop bar on the ground. You're supposed to stop behind it. You did come to a complete stop. However, you didn't stop behind it like you're required. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize that.
What's going on right now?
She's getting stopped by the cops.
Be quiet.
Yes.
She's got a bomb.
Oh my god. Amber, if you mute yourself, you're a punk ass bitch, and I never want
Holy tits!
Allahu Akbar.
I want to kill the president, and Amber told me to do it.
Man, you better stop.
That's crazy. She's really getting pulled over right now. Amber, you better hope she wasn't having drinks, bitch.
Sarge will help.
She was Alex, she said, my friend left it in my car. That's what they all say. My friend left it in here. Yeah, my friend left the bazooka in the back seat. I didn't know it was there.
It's IRL. No one can say that Amber is not IRL. She is IRL. This is the IRL night for Amber. I feel bad. If she has a ticket, we need to pay for that ticket. Seriously.
I'm paying for shit.
What? See, that's why I don't like you, Cracadona. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't like you because you are.
You like me? Stop it.
Bad behavior. No, you're willing to fund the bad behavior of good times, but I mean, this
one
poor
person on here.
This poor woman is about to get a ticket. We have to fund her ticket. We have to pay for her ticket because she's making this podcast happen.
You two have like one thing in
air
common.
Conditioners are?
Yeah, you both bought him appliances. She bought him a food
I did
dehydrator,
not
and you
mean
bought
to.
him a
No,
fucking
no,
air
no, 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 no,
conditioner.
no, no, no. I thought that I was paying for some bill, and he went and got the dehydrator.
Yeah, he makes sick
He
ass
lied to me.
fucking beef jerky from it. So
He
God
lied
bless
to
you.
me. And you, Q45, laughed about it. And you said that was like the ultimate. What were you saying? You
It
were
is
saying
funny. It's funny. I don't know.
I thought I was paying a bill, and that's why I
I
feel
know,
like,
but that's what makes it funny.
well, it's not funny. I mean, he's not
He was
financially
trolling the shit out of
responsible.
you. No, he's
Well,
not. I mean,
obviously he was, and it wasn't for the best of reasons. And whatever happens to him, I hope that it
is that what
happens.
led to the whole feud between you at Good Times? Was it the food
No,
dehydrator?
that's not. No, it was actually chicken cakes.
Oh,
My
you mean
bad.
the internet's mom?
You mean the internet's dysfunctional mom? Okay.
Yeah, dude. She
Like
nags
chicken cake.
everyone. It's so
Okay.
sad.
The internet's dysfunctional mom. She's not my mom. Maybe she's your mom, but not
No,
mine.
she's not my mom. She don't like me because I call her mom.
Let's have a moment of
She shouldn't
silence
be
for
anyone's
Amber.
mom. Well, I feel bad. We need to do a donation
You
goal
broke
for
the
Amber
moment of
because I don't
silence.
want her to have to do any kind of, she's doing well. She doesn't need to have to pay for some sort of traffic
She's
ticket
fine.
that's
She's not. No,
bogus.
Is
they're
she
not
for
gonna
real
do that to
getting
her.
pulled over by the cops right
I
now?
But
think
you
we
didn't hear the
heard
cop
it.
talking to him? You didn't hear the cop talking to her?
We heard it.
The cop was like, "Yeah, you did something back there, and you're supposed to slow down for that or whatever." Yeah, that was the cops, 100%. And she was like, "I swear." They were talking. There must be a drink in her car because she was like, "I swear that's my friends." Yeah, that's what they all say. You
Don't
better
even
hope
say
that's
That's
that.
true.
Don't
not
say
good,
that.
bro.
I
That's
didn't hear her
not
say
good.
that. No, I
No, I
didn't
mean
hear
it
her say
doesn't
that.
matter what's real or no. 100%. She was like, "I swear to God, that's my friends." You can ask them in the chat.
Well, if there's a ticket, we need to help her pay for that ticket because she's
That's
got
what
other
I'm
things that
saying.
she's got to
You
do.
know how many cops hear that every day? Like, I swear I didn't leave that in there. That's not mine. So
Well,
Amber's probably walking a straight line right now, trying not to wobble over.
I mean,
Sarge, if
she's
you're out there,
wobbling a
that's why
straight line.
Sarge. I want to see Sarge on these streams more with her.
No.
Why? Why don't you like Sarge? I like Sarge.
I like Sarge too, but he doesn't need to be involved with this. That's just going
Hold
to
on,
be
I'm
more
going outside.
bullshit and more drama.
Well, she needs him to help her with this because she's very involved with it at this point. So, Oh, I'm worried about her now. Shit.
Did you stalk Good Times? That's what everybody's telling me in chat.
Did I stalk him?
Yeah.
I'm stalking him from Texas, really?
I mean, internet stalking, I guess.
I'm internet stalking him.
Yeah.
So he does his live streams and I'm just on here and I talk about what he said about me and that's stalking. Okay.
Do you ever try to join his live streams?
I used to be a fixture on his live streams.
I know, I was a viewer.
Yeah,
I know
she used to be on all the time.
Do you remember when
talked to
Alex
her on
went
there.
crazy that one night and started calling everybody the N-word? That was fucking great.
I mean,
she was like, night? You know what?
I think he's angry. I mean, a lot of the videos that I've made about him, I've taken offline. And from my perspective, he's really not a part of the authentic IP2. So it's like, it seems like he's upset that I don't talk about him anymore because I really don't. I mean, you guys are bringing him up to me now.
He doesn't like when you talk about him.
I don't talk about him. So, I mean, I don't really understand what the issue is. He talks about me left and right.
There is no issue. If you don't talk about him and don't make videos about him, he don't have no issue with you.
So, I mean, why are you bringing him up? Don't bring him up to me.
I didn't bring him up to you.
Well, Q45 did.
Well, talk to him about it then.
What did I say that brought him up?
Someone brought him up. Otherwise, he wouldn't suddenly be in the conversation.
All I said is that you guys both bought him appliances. I didn't bring him up.
I definitely did buy him an appliance.
I didn't have the intention of buying him an appliance. My intention was to help him pay a bill.
I know that's the whole.
It was obviously.
Oh, and he took that money and bought a fucking George Foreman.
Yeah, he was supposed to pay his electric bill, and then he bought a food dehydrator.
Yeah, so it wasn't.
But that's the funny part. That's the funny part of it.
It's hilarious.
That's what you don't get.
Yeah, it is hilarious.
I gave him money for something, and he bought exactly what he said he was going to
Honduras it is that
Well,
they're on the spectrum.
at least no one can say that I don't try to help somebody. At least no one can say that I am, so destitute that I can't help somebody. So I look at it as a win for me. It's not my fault he bought a food.
Wait, dragonflies. You're asking me how did I
Whatever it
know about the
was.
open container? If you rewind the stream, you can hear the cops saying, like, you can hear the cop say something,
Oh
and she says, "I
no,
swear to
she's
God."
getting a Dewey.
She said, "I swear to God, that's my friend's. She left it in here." So whatever it was, I mean, was it a fucking bazooka or was it an open container? I mean,
that's not good, bro. Where was she going to get like more snacks?
Probably
to get cigarettes
snacks.
at Circle K.
I would think snacks.
Amber loves snacks.
Snack bar.
Snack time. Well, I hope she's okay. Gosh.
Alexandra, what the fuck were you eating for breakfast the other day? I meant to ask you that.
Oh, this morning or yesterday morning?
I don't know. I'm on a
Cinnamon
weird schedule.
toast. Well, that was the only breakfast.
It looked like hash browns. Yeah, that's strange. It looked
cinnamon
like hash
toast.
Browns.
No, not hash browns. I don't like hash browns.
So you don't like hash brown like potatoes, like the skin cut things, or you don't like the things that when you go to McDonald's they come in like a little pouch, You don't like those?
If there's nothing else, like if it's like, a breakfast like meeting and there's nothing else, I'll eat the hash brown, but it's not my preferred choice.
Yeah, Crackadonna, if anybody's paying that ticket, it's you for yelling that there was a bomb.
I ain't paying shit, nigga.
Whoa, you're getting a video made of you now, bitch.
Bitch niggas. Bitch. No,
and I mean that in the most non-racist way ever.
I'm going to play the theme song right now.
I forgot who I was talking to.
I'm promoting at this point, I'm promoting a certain lifestyle, and my new key phrase is going to be
Alex.
bitch niggas.
Alex,
bitch niggas,
Alex,
you need
Alex.
to shut the fuck up, bitch niggas.
Alex, I apologize.
Bitch,
I apologize
bitch
to you, the queen of black people.
No, Alex, you don't even sound like, it doesn't even sound natural when you say it. Like, you sound white as fuck when you say that shit. You're like, bitch.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
I don't co-sign that.
You don't know enough black people.
I don't co-sign that.
You don't know enough. No. Where I reside,
I'm a
quadroon. I was on his own on that one.
From the Western
They're
Band
not black
too.
enough. They're not black enough. No.
Hey, Alex, have you ever made a video about Q45?
No.
You have?
I've been involved in one, but not like a.
Oh,
I think it was negative.
I said something positive about him. It wasn't negative.
I'll tell you what. Alex made a video about me way back when.
But I don't think it's even there
and
anymore,
I was upset about it. I was like,
you
hey,
freaked out.
Please.
You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I don't know
she
why.
took it down, and you know what? I never said the hard R again on the screen.
Crackadonna is a bitch nigga. That's what it comes down to. And whenever you're a bitch nigga, I'm just going to take it down because I don't have time for it.
Listen, I'm paying you a compliment, lady. Take it. I said I don't say hard R anymore because
don't you see me? Like the Cheshire, you can't see much of me, but you see the white teeth. You see that?
Yeah,
I'm smiling.
at nighttime when you smile.
I do.
Yeah. Shit.
No, I see the teeth and I see your little iPod thing hanging.
Never mind. I'm going back to saying hard R.
And teeth. I'm like a character. I'm like Disney. All you can see are eyes and teeth. Yeah, that's all you see.
At least you have you can have a sense of humor about it, but if you don't like the person that's saying it though, you fucking flip your shit. That's the difference. So like if I was Omade saying that, you would lose your mind right now.
I don't even talk about him anymore. That's what's funny to me. The people that you're mentioning,
it was an example.
I've let them go. They're free. They can fly like an eagle. They can fly away. Let them fly. Don't attach an anchor to their little bird feet. That's Alexandra. Let them fly. Let them fly away. I got other stuff to do.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Are you Alex? Are you outside?
Yes, I'm sitting on the patio.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's dark.
Were you smoking a cigarette?
I sure as hell am, and I'm having this coffee that's infused with kratom, and I like it.
Nice. You're about to be rocked and make a bunch of videos about people that you don't like.
Well, no, not. I gotta work for like straight for the next like 3 to 4 days. I'm just gonna be totally immersed in work. But next week, I'm working on IP2 Black. That might come out this weekend to where it's at least workable.
And if I'm not on there, like we're gonna have serious problems.
Well, there are going to be some non-black people on IP2
You know, I
Black.
streamed tonight.
That's that podcast you do, right?
No, she's gonna launch a version of IP2 for Black people.
No, she's got a podcast
It's
where
going
she
to
does
be
it with
I'll
like
tell
her
you,
and like
Sonny. Well, Sonny disappeared. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, because he was beating his fucking girlfriend, his baby mama.
Maybe. I mean, I don't have any information on that, but he has disappeared.
You should, of all people. It's not hard to look up.
Well, what I'm saying is that he's not a part of the project anymore. So there's going to be other people. The project. Okay.
It's good for him.
But should I do IP2 Quadroon? I mean, what's going on? What do you want? I told
Octoroon.
I told you. I actually came up with the perfect. I told you. Look, I came up with the perfect name for a podcast with you, Q45. If you're down, it could be called. No, I'm seriously, criminally underrated. I thought about it because I thought about.
Why am I criminal?
No, but you're interested in people who are underrated to where it's criminally underrated, and I thought that would be good for you.
I mean, it is a good name.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do a podcast with you, everybody that hates you is going to come after me.
Well, that's why I'm saying that you may not. But who
somebody's
are these
gonna
people?
snitch.
It's a
somebody's gonna snitch and tell Good Times that I talked to you tonight, and I'll never be able to be on it.
100%.
Look, Good
100%.
Good Times was just on
cracking on and talked to fucking Alexander Myers last night.
Good Times was just on Ski Mask Andy's podcast, and I have a certain rapport with Ski Mask. So I mean,
Ali Bree.
Good Times is full of it. He wants to be popular so bad. It's like watching some sort of little nerd in the high school trying to be popular.
Ali
It's
Bree,
ridiculous.
you can't get the
I like
link, Ali Bree, because Amber is getting pulled over by the police right now.
Nah, I co-sign Ali. Ali's a good dude.
I'm saying he's not going to be able to get on the stream because Amber is talking to the fucking police.
Well, Amber, we need to just think positive thoughts for Amber right now.
I mean, Amber made her own decisions to drive drunk or whatever she did.
Why are you
that's not
her?
Oh my God! I said, or whatever she did, is what I said.
Crackadona.
Calm down, Alex. Relax.
How am I not calm? I just said Crackadona, and that's
escalated. You're making it seem like I fucking told all I did was scream that she had a bomb. That's all.
You're feeling guilty.
No, not 1 ounce.
He's feeling guilty. You need to buy Amber something. Buy her something. Amazon gift certificate, $150.
I bet she would accept steaks or snacks.
Cigarettes.
Omaha steak certificate. Omaha steaks.
Okay.
Omaha steaks. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
There you go. All right. What else are we going to talk about? Let's talk about what do y'all think about Country Karen?
Oh, watch that.
I'm obsessed with her right now.
I don't watch her shit either. I don't know nothing about her. I know I've seen a picture of her from fucking IP2. She looks all right.
Quadroon.
No, she's not a Quadroon.
No, Ali Bree, he's an Octoroon.
No, he's not.
Oh, Ali Bree's backstage, but
he's a rune. How about that, rune bitch? just a rune. Just a rune. How about that? How about that, you whole ass.
Just
I hit you with a spinning elbow, and I hit you with all the army flow.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's move on. Well, what streamers are y'all watching? Who's hot in y'all's books? Who do y'all like? What's going on?
Aldi 1K.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Always Aldi 1K Army.
Let's just break this down for you right now. Aldi 1K is the only person who has figured out how to do IRL sitting at his fucking house. He literally goes on these websites and talks to people and interacts with them the same way certain things would happen in real life. Only he can't get his ass beat or get put in jail, and he's able to be entertaining with it.
Also, he's 7 feet tall. I've just recently learned. Like,
no, he's like my height. He's like my height. He's like a tallish male. He's like 6'2", 6'3".
He's about 6. I'd say 6'1".
He can't touch his ceiling though. He's not gonna touch that ceiling.
You know, let's talk about the heights of streamers and all the lying that's going on when it
The only
comes
way
to
to
people's
prove it
heights.
is to stand up next to a door, stand up next to your doorway.
I know how tall quite a few people actually are, and they are exaggerating, and I'm getting a little tired of it.
Listen,
I'm
guys,
5'7".
listen, I gotta go. Have a good night.
Have a good night,
your girlfriend is calling you.
Yes.
Yeah,
His
it's
6
Amber.
kids,
She wants me to bail her out.
they're upstairs. He's got the Brady Bunch upstairs.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ali Bree, actually, he is right. He is 6'5". I saw him standing in his doorway. He almost has to like duck through it.
He looks
That dude's
pretty tall.
huge.
I think he's 6'3". I don't think 6'5". He looks about 6'3". He's a tall dude.
I never seen him touch a ceiling though, so until that happens.
The reason that I know he's tall, if you look at him sitting in the chair, there's certain things that you can gauge, and he looks about 6'3", maybe 6'3.5".
Hey, Michael Bastis, imagine watching Blackout Andy. Blackout. What a fucking nonsense.
Is that me? I'm Blackout. Yes. Yes. So what are we gonna do? I'm scared Amber's in trouble. What are we supposed to do?
You know, you've been pulled over by the police before, right? Like, even if you're not in trouble, it takes like fucking 45 minutes for them to, you know, they run your name and they do all this and they do all that, and you just sit in your car, and then they're like, okay, don't do it again.
Yeah, she's not. She can't possibly be far from where
How many drinks have you had tonight, Alex?
Me? Well, I'm drinking coffee now, but I had 2 cider beers. I did have that. And now I'm having the coffee with a kratom in it.
It's kratom.
Kratom, is that how you say it? Kratom?
Yeah, it is actually kratom.
Yeah, so I'm having that. I'm having some cigarettes, and I'm talking to y'all.
Can you move your eyebrows separate from one another?
No, I can do the right.
Like The Rock?
I can't do it like extreme. Not quite. No.
Because you don't have a brow ridge. You gotta have a fucking. You gotta have.
I don't. I have like a really like smooth face. It's like I don't have
Ali Bree
those muscles.
She's in the dark, dude. She's from the Western Bantus.
Mm-hmm. You can see my coffee cup. You can see that. That's all you can see. Eyes, teeth, and a coffee cup.
And your little earphone thing hanging down.
Yeah. Anything white you can see. The rest, darkness.
White is right. Am I right?
Depends on your perspective.
You called that motherfucker. He said he's Northern Italian.
He looks like he's Northern Italian to me.
I am, and you call me a quadroon.
You got something in you. I don't know what, but it's in there. It's in there.
I just don't have like
it strengthens you. It strengthens you. Don't be upset about it. It's going to save your life one day. It'll save you when the sun gets hotter. It's already happening. You'll be able to still go outside and do some IRL.
Yeah, IRL. There's only one place that I could even do IRL around here and it'd be interesting. It'd just be the same thing all the time.
I would suggest maybe, if you go on a trip somewhere, then you do it. Don't do it in your neighborhood. Try not to.
No, my neighborhood, we don't even got sidewalks.
Oh, then don't. Yeah. Oh, I hope Amber's okay. Shit. It's just
I know. I feel like I have. Oh, there she is in chat. Thanks, Krakadonna. I'm fine. I'm getting ready to drive home.
Okay.
Fuck whoever said I was drunk. Never said you were drunk, but we heard the cops say something about what was in your car, motherfucker. That's not what we were saying.
No, Krakadonna didn't know him.
Yeah, go get a 30 rack of Miller Lite and then drive by the cops with your fucking middle finger out there, like, fuck it.
No, don't do that.
Crocodona said you had a bomb in your car. He didn't say you were drunk.
A glitter bomb from Minecraft. Okay.
Oh yeah. A fake, a super, a CGI bomb essentially.
Yeah, not real, nothing. No.
Complete. It was faux with an X.
Yeah. Well, that was this was some adventure tonight. I didn't expect that. I thought I was just gonna come on here and just shoot the shit. We got some adventure.
Oh, you have no idea. Ali Bree's about to join. It's about to get a whole. There's about to be a whole other layer to this.
It's gonna be wild.
Shit. Yeah, there's gonna be a whole other layer.
I wonder. Do you think he's tipsy at this point? What time is it where he is? Where
probably 9 p.m.
Yeah, because he's all the way on the other side of the world.
Oh yeah, he did say. Well, it was Amber's choice to drive drunk. Yeah, he did say that. I forgot about that.
I don't think she was drunk. Seemed pretty sober to me. She's fine. She's fine. It's just that everybody's. I feel like we're all being monitored by the powers that be. Even you, chat. Everyone's under the radar.
There's police up to me.
Yeah. You can't find me.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
After a certain situation occurred a few months ago, the police were watching everybody for a while.
I think everything's calm. Everything's calm. Everything's okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. It's just a bunch of people that fucking get drunk and talk about it online.
The only one who I feel needs to be pulled over is Good Times. I'm serious. Good Times. Good Times.
He does drive drunk pretty often.
He sure as hell does. I mean, if anyone should be pulled over, it's him. I mean, he gets totally wasted.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh,
start.
time to go to the store."
Well, he doesn't say that he's going. He just like puts people on stream and then leaves. Like takes himself off stream and then he just goes and then comes
well,
back.
we know what he's up to.
I got some more beer and I got some more steak.
Yeah, we know where he's going. Turn out like we don't know where he's going. Weirdo. We all know.
Yeah, him with weapons. I mean, honestly, the idea of Good Times having guns doesn't scare me at all because he's always too drunk to shoot straight. He would never hit me. I would fucking dodge his bullets like it was the Matrix.
I mean, honestly, at this point, he's what he's going to have to watch out for is if suddenly there's somebody else in his town who decides to become a streamer, which could easily happen. That's what he does not think about.
There's many people that live around Good Times. Like, you know how many people, these streaming people that live in Michigan, so many people. Like, Mike DeWitt lives in Michigan.
Where he lives, there is a probability. It's a strange probability, but there is a probability of there being at least 2 young people who might decide to be streamers. I'm aware of one. Just one. But when that happens, things are going to change in the Good Times world. But there is one I'm aware of.
The moment you click live on YouTube, you're a streamer. Well, then I guess I'm a streamer.
You don't think you're a streamer?
I don't know. I mean, I stream like sporadically once in a while.
You're a streamer.
I streamed tonight, but it was fucking. We had some lady come on, and she seemed like she was in like meth psychosis. It was kind of weird.
Well, she probably was.
Yeah, she was. It was. I don't know. Something was off about it.
Yeah, got a lot of people on meth. I just wonder where do you get the meth? Like, how would this happen?
I don't know. I'm on the East Coast. Nobody does meth here. It's all heroin, benzos.
I think I'm just a nerd. I've never had anyone ever approach me in my entire life saying, "Hey, do you want some meth?" Never happened.
Well, if you ever watch a Stop Speeding stream, people used to walk up to him all the time and ask him if he wanted to do meth. He's on
Oh,
the West
yeah,
Coast.
because he was like the meth poster boy. Everybody knew about him. That's how that happened. All right. Let's make another cup of this coffee. Is anyone still there?
I'm here.
Okay. Well, I make another cup of coffee. We're gonna hold down Amber's stream.
Yeah, we gotta hear the story when she comes back. I'm invested now.
Yeah, we're a part of the story. Some
Literally,
lore. I
be in that
know.
clip. Jenny, I know you're out there. I know you're recording this shit.
Of course. Who is this Janny person? Who
Just a
is this?
clipper. She's I
Everyone
think it's a
keeps
girl,
talking
but
about them.
yeah, you don't see clips from Jenny
No, I've seen
on
them. I'm just
Instagram?
wondering who in the hell it is. It's
Jenny
like a
is
super
Jenny.
secret. All right. Maybe you're Janny. Are you Janny?
I could fucking very well be Jenny. You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
All I am
Yeah.
is just a wandering quadroon in a world full of whites and blacks. I'm somewhere in the middle.
It's hard to be. Look, the world's a tough place for a quadroon. It's it's a hard life. It's a hard
It's
life for a quadroon. Shit.
yeah, it's even harder for the octoroons. You know,
It
they
is. It is. The octoroons, the quadroons. I mean, you never know. It's a tough life. It's a hard time. Hard times. Hard times. Hard
I
times.
can't. My lips are too thin to be
No, they're
in
not. No,
any way,
like
shape, form.
you haven't observed enough black people. Yeah, you haven't seen enough. We gotta get you up to par with that. Okay. Let me grab my iPad because I want to look at the chat. I haven't been looking at the chat all night, but I'm curious because we gotta hold this podcast down. We gotta do something. We gotta come
Yeah,
up with some
she was in chat,
entertainment.
so she should be on here like any minute.
I hope so. I hope so, but she's probably a little shaken. That
Get
whole
on
thing
here,
happened.
Amberoon.
We gotta get Amber back. We also gotta pay for whatever this ticket was. Oops, I gotta plug this iPad in. Shit, it's out of battery. All right, everybody. If you never donated to Amber in the past, make sure you donate to her when it comes to whatever happened tonight. Because
She's monetized.
yeah,
You got
yeah,
to pay for her traffic infractions.
yeah. That was some drama. Shit, didn't expect that.
She can come in here and type in chat to talk to her friend, but can't add my friend Ali Bree and minimize the shit while she drives home. Come on.
Well, she doesn't want to cause any problems. She knows that we're not
I
going to
was
cause
reading.
any problems. We don't know who's looking at the chat. Things could be
I was
happening.
I was just reading the chat. That's where they come from.
Things could be going down.
I've been quadroon, baby. Where you from? I've been
Okay.
quadroon, where you been? So quadroon, where you been?
All right. I'm looking at the chat now. Let's see what's going on. All right. Ali Bree, he's mad. Ali Bree, you need to
Yeah.
calm down. Calm down.
Haha, Ali Bree, I'm on Pamela and you're not, cunt. How about that? Cunt
Tinder.
nugget.
Who is Tinder Tendies? We've seen Tinder lately.
That's crunchy. Tender tendies, that's crunchy.
Really?
That's crunchy.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I do have a big ass gap in my teeth, and you have a big ass gap in your soul. So why don't you try to fill that one up?
Well, German
bitch.
lady really liked Crackadona's look tonight. I see that. German lady, she was like, yeah, something different.
Tender tendies is crunchy because that's exactly what crunchy would say. I'm not crunchy. Exactly. Yeah, that. Of course.
Okay, Newalt. Who's that? Newalt's being confrontational.
Oh,
Questioning.
yeah.
Okay, let me scroll back.
Yeah. Yeah, Newald is an old friend that I don't know who it is, but they're definitely an old friend. They're just on a different channel.
See, you bring your own community to the whole chat, don't you? Look at you.
Me? No, I'm just a
Yes, you
celebrity and a
do.
sex symbol. That's the only thing.
All right. All right, everyone send positive vibes to Amber. She's going through whatever.
She's definitely listening to this right now.
Yeah. Woo. Well, that was some. You know what? Something not well. I don't think he was live when it happened, but the Owls guy, he went through a little something recently too with the traffic.
The tattooed one or the one that you fucked?
The tattooed one. They're both tattooed though. I didn't fuck him, by the way. I did
Well, the
not
one
fuck
takes
him.
his shirt off and has all these tattoos, and the other one just like
Yeah.
has his head on the screen.
Yeah, but I did not fuck him. Let me clarify that. There was no fucking going on.
Then what was it?
An inappropriate situation.
You gave him oral sex, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Why?
That's not fucking.
I never said it was. I wasn't arguing that. I asked you why.
Yeah.
Why did you suck his dick?
I'll admit who I am inappropriate with versus who I'm not. I'll tell you who I wasn't inappropriate with. Little twink boy. Little twink boy. I was not inappropriate with him. He needs to shut
You know what the
his
greatest
twink
thing
mouth.
I ever did in this community was start the saying LD15. I'll ride with that shit forever. LD15, never forget. LD15. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah. No comment, but no.
Super W.
I'm not going to
Fuck that dude. I'll stomp
go
that
against you on that. Someone's saying that he has this sexy Tommy Lee. I've never thought Tommy Lee was sexy.
He looks like the son of Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. What the fuck you mean?
Oh my God, you're correct.
That's
an interesting. That's an interesting thought. I never would have thought about that like that. But you're not off. You are not off. I never would have thought about it in that way.
I wake up every day thinking God I don't look like that dude.
Really, I feel bad for that family when it comes to him. I really do because, I mean, this is going to sound horrible on my part, but I'm going to say
I don't want to talk about his family because I'm not going to stoop as low as he does and talk about like how he talks about my family.
I wish that they could get rid of him, you know, but I think that he'll just expire on his own.
Yeah, he's going to keep driving or have a seizure and then crash.
Most likely.
Ali Bree, you're going to start your own stream and you're going to get the same amount of viewers I am. About like 8, maybe. I guess 8 isn't
Why
bad.
don't you and Ali Bree do a podcast together?
Because he's too retarded and he doesn't set up. He like won't set up StreamYards. He's too like lazy and retarded. So
really, he's like 100%. He could.
He was asking Amber to do it for him. 100%. He's too lazy and retarded.
It takes like 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, see, he's agreeing with me. Yeah, he knows. He's too lazy and retarded. He needs an assistant. He needs a channel manager.
I think he just doesn't want to have
I'll
a
be your
track
channel
record.
manager, Alex. How about
I don't need one,
that?
but thank you. Thank you. If I do a podcast with you, you can be the channel controller. You can be the
Ali
controller.
Bree, we're making a video about you, and I'll play theme music.
Ali Bree's music is Get Tipsy. That's his theme song. He comes off work. He's like he's like Poindexter by day, degenerate by night, with his cat Nala.
His black coon.
Yeah, I can't believe he has a damn cat. That's funny. Nala's going to be a big cat. That cat's going to take over.
Do you ever think if cats were the size of like a Labrador Retriever, that they would just be able to kill you?
That
They're
cat
just
he
too small to
has.
kill you. Yeah,
Yes,
and
they
it's
would.
gonna turn into a tiger. That thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like a fucking panther walking around his house, and it gets mad at him. It's just gonna eat his fucking face in the middle of the
Probably
night.
will. Well, plus she's a purebred. She's a purebred one. Who knows if that? We don't even know how much they've bred that thing with the lynx, because they do that sometimes with the Maine Coon cats. When just to make them look a certain way, the breeders, they'll breed them with the actual DNA of the wildcats.
They're singing gay songs and shit.
He's gonna have a big ass cat. Wonder where he got that cat from.
A breeder.
Did he get it from America or in
No, he got it from a
Australia?
breeder in Australia. He had to put himself on a waiting list or something, and he basically had to pre-order the cat.
Wow. That's gonna be a super cat. Because those breeders, they don't play around. They want the top of the top specimens. I used to be friends with somebody who bred cats. All kinds of cats. Maine Coons, Persians. I can't remember the other kind of cat that they had.
I
It
have
was
a
some
street
other
cat. Street cat, where you at?
tabby.
Street cat's not around. It's an orange cat, like Puss in Boots.
That cat my dad has is a Russian blue cat. It's real small though. She's a small cat, but she doesn't know she's small. She thinks she's a big cat. She runs that house. She's a badass cat. She's like, I'm a cat. Get out of my way. Meow meow meow. Let's talk
Amber, if
about.
you don't come back soon, I'm gonna start playing 50s music and singing it.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold out. I'm getting a little sleepy. It's almost 6 a.m. here. Shit. I might as well just stay up.
It's 7 here.
Does Amber has that little dog. She has that little dog, right?
Cheeto. Yeah, Cheeto. It's like a Chihuahua or something. It's like a Chihuahua. It's like a mutt dog that you find on the street.
No, I think it's a certain kind of dog that she has. I don't know because it's a little toy dog. She got that little toy
She's not
dog.
coming back. Hey, if she doesn't come back, then
I'll give her 10 minutes.
It'll be my stream at that point.
I want to talk about kratom. What do you know about kratom? Because I don't know much about it. Kratom. What do you know about kratom?
I know that some people use it to try to wean off of opiates.
Well, I'm not on opiates, but I enjoy the effect of it.
Yeah, some people become addicts of it too, actually.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, seriously. Not even fucking
what if I become this kratom addict? What am I going to do?
You'll probably start wearing open-toed sandals.
Open toe?
Yeah, like
Why?
mandals, like Jesus mandals.
Why? Why do you think open toe sandals with kratom? Like, how does that go together?
Because it's gonna make you start dressing like you ride around in a Volkswagen van and you suck toes.
I'm gonna become a hippie. That's what you're saying. I already am a hippie in a way,
You're gonna
but
start sucking toes.
no.
What's the kinkiest like weird thing that you ever did when you were a porn star?
Oh, that's a big question. Let me think about that.
Like,
Uh,
did you ever do like piss like Bobby Dylan and be a fucking
no, no,
a piss
no,
mop?
no. I was actually kind of sheltered in the industry because of the dude that I was in a relationship with. I was dating this dude who did all the camera work for like Vivid and Wicked. So his objective with me was to keep me in like the pretty porn, if you want to call it that, like the real, like boring kind of just what's the word, vanilla kind of stuff.
Just like two people fucking each other on camera.
Exactly. The most extreme thing I did, I would say, would be those strap-on scenes. That was it. I never did anything
That's
where
nothing.
there was any scat involved. That's what they call it, scat. The
That's what I thought you
poo
were
or
gonna
the
say. Like you
pee.
got your chest shit on or something.
No,
They probably hire
no.
white girls for that.
I couldn't do that. I don't like anything. I'm kind of germophobic to begin with. I've always been that way. It was hard for me to even do the even I was real particular. Um, it's weird that I was even in that world. Like if you really really knew me, you would know it's very strange that I even was in there. It's it is what it is, but no, I couldn't do anything. But I was fortunate when it came to the group that I was in. So, there's things that I don't like about that world, obviously, but when it came to me, I was definitely shielded.
Did you
Definitely.
make a lot of
Especially in
money?
hindsight. No, not I don't think I did. I mean, I've made more money outside of that world than in that world, but for my age that I was in there, for the circumstance and whatnot, I definitely made more than when I was an exotic dancer. Yes.
Do you think
But
that you like okay, so somebody hires you for a plain Jane vanilla scene, if you'll call it. You get fucked on camera. What is the average amount of money that you would get paid?
somewhere between 2 and 3K.
Damn, that's fucking trash.
I agree. It wasn't
I would
enough
think at
for the
least like
trouble that it
5.
was worth. Yeah. The most I got paid was when I did the Cosby parody. And that was outside of the norm.
What are the top
But
people getting paid? Like what is
back
I
then,
don't
I
even
mean,
know.
it
Mia
depended on what
Khalifa?
kind of look. I mean, back then, the top girls were the girls who really were not willing to do much of anything, who were coming from other areas of entertainment. Like,
Brie Olson?
no, she did a lot, and that's what put her on top. But like, who was that girl? Teen Mom. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
She got paid very well.
I know
Um,
exactly who you're talking about. I just don't know
yeah,
her
I can't
fucking
think of her
name.
name. But when she did that thing with James Dean, that young
Yeah.
cat, yeah, she got definitely the top dollar. But even Jameson, they were just doing mass amounts. When they get the girls under contract, on paper, it looks like you're making that 5K. But when you look at all the expenses and everything that's taken out of it, it still goes down to per film or per instance. I'm not going to call it film. I'm going to call it scene, you're still looking at no more than between 1,500 to maybe 3K per scene, really.
That's horrible.
The worst thing that you can do, like everyone likes to herald the contract as like the cream of the crop. Like, oh, it's contract. I know a girl, she was known as Melissa Hill, right? She thought for years that she was screwed over by not having a contract, but then it came out later that Brianna Banks had a contract, and they came up at the same time. Melissa made substantially more than Brianna ever did, even though Brianna was more popular. I mean, you do make the money if you get the endorsements. It's kind of like an athlete, okay?
Yeah.
If you get the endorsements, if you get like the fleshlight thing, that's like, do you know what a fleshlight is? That,
it's like a thing you fuck.
Yeah. If you get something like that, or if you have a website with a lot of memberships, but even nowadays, ever since Pornhub came about, that fucked over every girl with a website. Okay. The only way that you can make money now as an adult entertainer is if you either completely own your own content, which is impossible considering the pirating and things like Pornhub and things like, well, it's just impossible. But if you have the OnlyFans, you still can make money from that. That's like one of the viable ways. And there's other offshoots of that, like loyal fans. There's a lot of things like that. But unless you really, the way that the girls and the guys really make money, and that's why it's hard to leave if you really want to leave, is if you do the private encounters. And that's, I mean, at that point, you're crossing the line into something else. So unless you're willing to leave the United States, it's not going to work out. It really is sad. It's a sad situation because you can't. It used to be like if you came up in the mid 80s to the mid 90s, you'd have a chance. But none of the people who were in that world at that time really had any business or tech savvy. Even the people who created what's known today as the adult internet, a good friend of mine, Jason Quinlan, he was one of the primary builders of creating the Independent Girl website, right? And they came after him like there was no thing. It was crazy. They wanted him dead because he was freeing a lot of girls of being enslaved to that system, basically. And they didn't like that. He was getting a cut, of course, but he started making too much money and he was too known. So they wanted him out and they took him out. So there's no win. There's no win. The only way that you can win is if you go in, you get yourself known, you leave, you go off the radar for at least a year, and then you quietly come back, have some sort of venue that really is straddling the fence between adult and mainstream. And then even from there, you just kind of disappear and develop something to where whatever your adult thing was, it's out. Now, if you're lucky, within the mainstream world, you can still hold on to that adult persona. But if you try to make any money, really, like real money from that adult persona that doesn't feed into whatever you're doing outside of that world, they're going to want a piece of it because you're really talking about an organized crime system. And they feel like if you go in, they own you for life. It's possible to where it could be to your benefit, but it's unlikely. You still have to play ball in some way, shape, or form. And I am telling you from experience. So that's how it works. Someone in the chat, Farrah Abraham. You're correct. I couldn't remember her name. Farrah Abraham. Yeah. All right, I'm going to dip out. I hope Amber comes back. I hope you're all right, Amber. Have a good morning or a good night. Good night, people. Bye-bye.